Oh, yes, I am going live. Yes, hey, what's up? Hey, yo, hey, BG. Hope you're in the building still. Make sure you take it. Hey, I gave you a wrench for a reason. I don't need no trolls. And I was about to curse some troll, talk about some Ebony cake look fine. I'll screw Ebony. I said, this is the thing. I don't understand why some of you males deal with dysfunctional heifers. I don't understand. And nobody will play my intro, but to me, I'm like this. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna wait because I got a lot of stuff to cover. A lot of you males are part of the problem. You see a woman who's a misandrist, Ebony K. Williams, Ebony K. Williams, Ebony K. Williams is an anti-black misandrist. Don't you know she's a feminist? I could tell women like her. Just by reading the room, and you'd be surprised that some of these women will still be on a hunt for Dizzy. You dudes will talk about, oh, she fine. I'm tired of y'all being. It's like that's what impresses you because a woman she don't. It's like the attributes of this heifer. It's not even authentic. It's not even hers. Wigs on, hair. That's not her hair. Now, I saw some of her pictures of her with no makeup. Dude, you got these women look hideous. And the worst part about it is that they make themselves look more hideous by putting all these chemicals on their faces, these hair products, doing all these things when all they gotta do is just be natural. Most men will deal with her being natural. These women got to put all these fake aesthetics and all that other shit. And they're just trying to impress other women. They want to attract men, but really they want to outdo the next chick. This is about, but these women will talk about we don't want to compete for no man. I guess you're trying to compete for Kitty. Anyway, I'm about to cook this heifer, Ebony K. Williams, and a bunch of you other heifers like Tia Mowry, Brittany Renner, all these light-skinned heifers running their damn mouth. I've had it with these women, man. And y'all wonder why there's a Passport Bros movement? I got off the stream a few days ago. I mean, I was on the hookup app of Tag, right? This woman talking about how she was trying to roast a dude. Now her homegirl out in Florida. Now I just walked into the whole stream, and she's talking shit about her girlfriend's ex, who's a Pookie and Ray Ray. And I hate to use that term, Pookie and Ray Ray, but to me, it's like that's the only way I can, for lack of better words, that's the only way I can describe the dude she's with. And I said, what does that say about her? This heifer, she does on YouTube channel. This Jamaican, just half Jamaican, half Black American heifer, who's a realtor, who's a real estate agent. She tried to put a dude, basically her homegirl's ex-boyfriend on blast. It was a so-called DV situation. She claimed, her homegirl claimed that she was being stalked and harassed, which I don't buy. I don't believe her because of the fact of the matter is, you mean to tell me 5 years later, this dude all of a sudden want to stalk you and follow you around? There's a big gap because first she says it was on and off. Then all of a sudden she stopped talking to dude. All of a sudden this dude just wants to just follow her around and stalk her. And I'm like, I said, no, we're going to use logic and common sense. We're not going to talk about feelings. I don't care damn about you women's feelings. Just like when y'all got mad at me when I told you about that brick bitch that lied, made a false allegation, and I don't even think it happened in Houston, Texas. I think it happened out in East Africa somewhere. You women are a bunch of fucking liars. Oh yeah, we're going to have these type of streams. I've had it with these hoes. I'm sick of these modern bitches. Yeah, I'm sick of y'all. Just like I'm sick of these simps, these pander hoe ass niggas like Derek Jackson. I'm so sick of you Captain Saver hoe ass niggas. Y'all defend the worst type of women. Y'all defend the worst type of females, then complain about how these, and then all of a sudden when it don't turn out your way, or you don't get no pussy for being a Captain Saver bitch, all of a sudden you want to get on here and talk about how women are this and that. But y'all got mad at me, men like me, content creators like me, I'm an OG content creator in this space. Before there was actual a manosphere. Actually, I was the real manosphere motherfucker out here. The stuff that they talk about, I was talking about this. I was talking about true force loneliness. I was talking about men being isolated, men being stereotyped out for 1 to 5 seconds. I was speaking about mostly MGTOW talk, men going their own way, talking points. So all these guys did that ain't about that life. We just use these talking points just to argue with women and make money. I'm not gonna. It's like you guys, man. It's like You guys don't even know the truth about your goddamn selves. You guys are just as. You wonder why I should have a strong brotherhood. I've been on YouTube for almost 15 fucking years discussing anti-black misandry, discussing double standards, granocracy, feminism. Why I'm against it. Misandry. The attack on masculinity, the attack on femininity, calling out these modern hoes for what the fuck they are, blaming the elders when actually the blame belongs to the elders, and how you got a lot of these fucked up children out here. I've been on here. Hold on. Let me make sure you hit the like button, people. Make sure you hit that like button because I'm going on a rant today, man, because I've had it. You basically, let me tell you, so basically, you had a heifer who claimed to be helping her homegirl, arguing with the Pookie Ray Ray, arguing with her ex-boyfriend about, and she going off on him and escalating the situation. And I'm like, bitch, if you would have escalated, what do you think you would have did? You probably would have put hands on her. You are provoking him. You're antagonizing. You're not trying. You could show moral support by de-escalating, saying, hey, y'all need to chill or something like that. You're talking shit to him and roasting him, talking about he's a loser and stuff like that. But bitch, y'all bitches deal with bumps all the time. How you gonna call men losers, broke and dusty, but you women still date bums, broke, dusty ass niggas? How the fuck are you gonna talk about how men are this and that when y'all overlook the decent man? Y'all overlook the bus driver. You overlook the essential worker, the hardworking, essential working man. Because it's because his title is not sexy. Because he don't look like he got money. Y'all are some shallow ass shit. You're right. Women do egg on other women's misandry. And the thing about this, long story short, so she's arguing with the dude, and you got these women who, it's like, this happened to my cousin out in Texas. You got women who got trauma, right, from other bad toxic relationships, dealing with dudes that they have no business dealing with. And I would argue that you got a lot of women who are girlfriends to other women that they have no business being girlfriends with, right? Because they keep each other single and they give the worst advice, right? So you got women together like, well, she's in a domestic silence, so I'm going to drive an hour to confront her man. Why are you trying to fight a man? First of all, that's why I've said you women don't fear men. Why are you going to try to go out your way to argue and confront a dude and put him in his place? You're not no man. Stay in a woman's place. And my thing is, let the police handle it. But see, because women think, oh, well, if he hits me, he goes to jail. And okay, he goes to jail, then what? You still got a broken jaw. What's the fucking point? Why don't you just pick your battles wisely and pick your battles in wars? I mean, why are you getting involved in your homegirl's relationship drama? That's none of your business, especially when you told her leave that dude. Because you got women who always want to tell other women to leave their relationships. It's always the women who ain't got no fucking man, or she's taking care of a bum ass dude fresh out of jail. These women raise these failures of males, just like they raise these OnlyFans heifers, just like they raise these broke, dusty, sprinkle, dumbass bitches. You got women who raise these Ebony K. Williams types. They set out these young girls for failure because they were failures. Just like you got Dr. Boyce, bitch ass Watkins, running his fucking mouth, telling what men should do, but he's a fucking scammer. He scams women out of money. And he did some inappropriate shit to other women, but he want to talk about respecting women. Man, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. This is why I don't respect none of these elders. I don't respect my elders. I don't honor my mother and father because y'all ain't shit. You're right. They don't hold women. Women don't hold each other accountable for the fuckery. They just want to hold men accountable. But but unless you're Derek Jackson and Steve Harvey, the reason why they don't want to hold these males accountable like Steve Harvey and Derek Jackson, because as long as you tell women lies, as long as you stroke their ego, as long as you enable their narcissistic whole ass bullshit, then all of a sudden they won't hold those guys accountable. These guys can be rapists. These guys can be pedophiles, predators, what have you. This is what women say. But yet they will defend these males because as long as he's telling these women what they want to hear, that's all that matters to them. This is why you can't trust these women and take them seriously. Hold on one second. So what I'm going to do, we're going to talk about Ebony K. Williams. And we're going to talk about Brittany Renner. And I am going to speak briefly on Tia Mowry and some other topics. That's on tonight's topic. Okay. And I might discuss Keke Palmer partially. I might somewhat discuss Keke Palmer because, see, these women are fucking hypocrites. These women are just like the brick lady. Let me talk about the brick lady, right? The one, do you know that these women are still defending her, even though this bitch scammed thise heifers out of the hard-earned money, don't forget their child support, that hardworking man's child support money, their alimony. But men are the bad guys, but yet these women will take these men's resources. Why? And these women get mad at me because I'm against marriage. I tell these women why I'm against marriage. But do you think these women are going to hold each other accountable? Do you think these women will say, no, we need reform. We need to hold women accountable. Women need to be put in jail for fraternity fraud, domestic violence, false allegations, false accusations. Women need to do get the same harsh prison sentences like men do. Do you think these women are going to go up there and do that for men? Oh, no, they won't. But I'm going to say this. In so many words, this heifer on Tagged was talking about how she was trying to help her homegirl because she was in an abusive relationship. But when I asked her, I said, no, you said that's her ex. You said she has not talked to this ain't shit male that you said. But I said she ain't shit either. But she got mad at me when I said that. I don't give a fuck. You said that this woman, how can this man be stalking her for 5 years later? And then you keep saying that he was abusive. Last time I checked, when it comes to domestic violence, women are very abusive. And a lot of times women are the first ones to provoke men with verbal abuse, physical threats, and actually put hands on men literally. Actually, they're the ones who start to initiate the domestic violence. They're the first aggressor to start shit. The man finishes the shit, or he tries to. So I said, how can you say he's stalking her, but then you say he's abusive to her? I said, you got two different stories. So let me get this straight. Your homegirl ain't talked to the dude in 5 years. All of a sudden they're having a domestic violence situation. So he just showed up and just started being argumentative. I said, no, I don't buy that. I said, no, fuck your feelings. We're going to deal with the facts. No, let me tell you what's going on. She was dealing with the dude. That dude was sleeping on her couch and eating up her food, and she got tired of him and tried to kick her out of the house. Why the fuck is she whooping? If this guy is a bum, why is she sleeping with a bum? What does that say about you and her? What the fuck does that say about you? And I said, y'all some trash bitches. I didn't say that part, but I phrased it in a way because if I would have said that, she would have kicked me off the stream and she would have blocked me because these women cannot handle the truth. Women do like to start shit. So to me, she was sleeping with dude because I said if she was such a top tier woman, why she deal with a dusty? If she's a fine, beautiful, feminine woman, a fine, beautiful, defined, feminine woman, black woman, so educated, why she deal with a stupid ass motherfucker, a stupid ass nigga? Why? Why is she dealing with a dusty ass bum? How come she can't find a guy on her on how come she can't find that dude on her level? Oh, I forgot they don't want her because those dudes got their shit together and they don't need her. They don't want her unless they want to smash. And if these and I'm pretty sure those nice guys, those dudes who got their money together had standards. So because these guys had standards and these guys were not going to tolerate bullshit, that's why she don't want to fuck with them. Yeah, that's why they would say to me, oh, you're boring, or you're lame, or you're weak, you're not a masculine man, because I'm supposed to deal with drama. I'm not no Captain Saber Heifer. Okay. But see, and I'm trying to, and she's, and then you had this goddamn simp talk about, and if I was there, I would have confronted the dude. I said, nigga, why you would have what? So there's a reason why you got a lot of black men who are in jail and are in prison. And it's not just because of white supremacy. It's because y'all niggas like to do stupid shit. Niggas for you, because you got these niggas who like to chase pussy. They like to protect women that don't give a fuck about them. Oh yeah, this stream, that's why I'm going live tonight. I got so much to get off my fucking chest. You got so many of these dumbass niggas, these dumbass white knight simps who want to protect women that they don't fucking know. And I'm like, you don't even have the fucking facts. You don't know her, you don't even know the guy's side of the story. Even if the guy might be in the wrong. You don't think that so you're saying that woman is a victim? How is she a victim? How? She's not no angel, sir. She's the one that's dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay, do you know how many men? I'm from New York. I'm from New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia. I know what goes on. And this has nothing to do with being from the hood. This has nothing to do with being, because I came from a middle class, upper middle class, working class environment. And I can tell you, it don't matter if it happens out in the suburbs, even with other races of men and women, right? I've seen guys protect women that didn't give a fuck about them just so that woman can go back to that toxic dude because she's toxic. There was a lot of men that unfortunately that got killed, got murdered for trying to save a woman that was save an unruly feminist-minded heifer. There's a lot of men who are in prison, who are wrongfully in prison. They are in prison, or they're both dead because they try to protect the female that didn't take no accountability for the way she moved out here, that didn't claim them. Did you know a lot of these guys who got disfigured, are on disability, got physical permanent injuries, disfigured, who are disfigured, permanent physical damage, emotional damage, and trauma, psychological trauma, and got a lifetime disability. These guys have lost their jobs, lost their so-called freedom, are in prison, or they're dead in the goddamn grave trying to defend a bitch they don't fucking know. When the bitch started it. You know what I'm saying? The bitch started the bullshit. There was actually a shout out to Rango TV. You had a guy who was a father who tried to protect the woman he didn't know. Guess what? The man is dead. Now we got a single mother. Now she got to raise her child, her son. I think there's two different stories. two different incidents, one in New York and I don't know where, maybe the Midwest, where you had a man who tried to protect a woman from a public domestic violence situation, right? And the guy pulled out a gun and shot him dead. Then there was another guy that got stabbed, and another guy who protected the dude. But guess what? He's in prison now. Now they got kids, they got a family. Now these women are struggling. Now the women who was with the women that guy that was that man, baby mama or the wife. Now these women are single mothers for life, struggling single mothers. Now these kids are unprotected. Now the children are unprotected. There's a reason why you got single motherhood in the black community and just in the other communities, particularly in the black community, because you got some of these males who try to be Captain Save-A-Hoes. You got so many of these males who try to defend women they don't fucking know. And why do y'all assume that the woman's a victim? She could be the aggressor. I've seen women from my family and women be aggressive towards me for no reason. But when I say, oh, she was acting crazy, she's crazy. What did you do? Oh, so y'all will question me on what did I do or not do. But if you flip the situation, flip the roles, and if I go off on a woman, I can tell you what my reason is. Oh, I'm still gonna be locked up. Oh, get the fuck out of here with that double standard. Facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody wants to come up, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Brittany. I think I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with Brittany Renner. Um, then I'm gonna go in, and then I'm gonna just go in on Ebony K. Williams. I'm just gonna go ham at this heifer. Okay, okay. Trying to find where's the video. Hold on 1 second. Where's the video? Oh my god, where is the video? I saved the video. I'm trying to find this. Where did I? You know what? This is what I want to do instead. We're gonna take it back. I might. Oh wait, hold on. I think we're gonna do like this. Negative. Okay. All right, we're gonna talk about this. Shine, nothing bright. All right. All right. All right, I'm gonna play Ebony.
Reality that needs to be said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And
How is that? I need you to explain that. See, this is the thing is, it depends. Because if that's the case, then why you got a majority of men who are still single and lonely? Why is it that you're talking about a see when women make this statement?
the reality that needs to be said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding.
She's talking about basically the top desirables. She ain't talking about the other 80, the other 90, the other 85% that are struggling out here. See, when women talk about make those statements, they're not talking about the average Joe. They're not talking about the bus driver. They're not talking about the DoorDash driver, the Uber guy. They're not talking about the taxi driver. They're not talking about the man who's probably working an office job, living paycheck to paycheck. They're not talking about the overall blue collar guy. Got the dad bod, and probably ain't no Brad Pitt. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no Morris Chestnut. Ain't no LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing about Ebony K. Williams. She's a reformed bedwench, a Negro bedwench. Most of the men she's gotten in relationships with are white males. Now that's her prerogative, but I find out how she claims to be for the people, but yet you're laying in the goddamn caves. Yet you worship white men as the standard of manhood, which tells me that you're a race traitor and a goddamn coon. You're a fucking mammy, a light-skinned heifer mammy.
The exact opposite is true for Black women. Mm-hmm.
And you know what, BG, I would say this. I'm pretty sure she has dated guys who made way less than a guy than a guy who's making like 15 less than $15 an hour. Oh, I forgot, because he's white, he's all right.
We age. Doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades. The reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating.
Because you don't know when to shut your goddamn mouth. That's why. You're so into vanity. You're so into materialism. That's the fucking problem with you. You don't look. You're not humble. You're a narcissist. And again, you don't know when to shut the fuck up. Shut your damn mouth. I'll never forget. I get to a point where I'm like, I don't want to hear you women talk about anything. I want some top. I want some ass. This shit, just be quiet. There's a power. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that. Women don't understand there is a power that comes from being silent and cooperative. Just having silence. There's a power in that. There's an advantage for women just being quiet and just reading the room. She don't know how to do that, y'all.
With every passing year. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger Black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose.
What do you mean? Why you keep saying partnership? No, you're not. No, Heifer. That's the fucking problem. You're looking at it. You don't look at. You should be looking at marriage about family, union, respect, and love, and children. Let me say that again. You need to look at marriage as. You need to tell these women, but you really are not qualified to give advice, Ebony K. Williams. You're a fucking failure. It don't matter what kind of accomplishments, how famous you think you are. You're not even that famous to me. You're not even under a man's radar when it comes to being a famous woman. You just say some controversial shit just to get the algorithm going. Marriage should be about family legacy. The children who did not ask to be here that you bring into this world. Respect, love, not this money and partnership. To me, and another thing, because this is what I think was the problem with, particularly in Black relationships. But this is, I would say, the lack of pride. Your marriage, all that stuff that I listed, the family, legacy, honoring your heritage, having pride in your community, in your race, in your community, your people, children, respect and love. That's what your marriage should be. Not all this money, materialism shit. This capitalism has ruined a lot of these relationships. This capitalism, getting the bag, this materialism, all this over sexualized bullshit.
So here's my advice. If you are a young Black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD.
Now listen to Kendra G doing the opposite of what Ebony Williams is doing. Kendra was trying to hide this information from young women.
Best dressed gift.
Young women are stop coming from men. Young women are stop listening to you because you won't stop. There's a reason that 32,000 people watching my show, and a lot of them are women, because you're not telling them. You won't be direct with them. You won't just tell them, look, if you want to have your career, it's going to cost you. You won't tell them that if they want to get married and have kids, they need to do it before a certain age to have a better shot. You know that, but you won't tell them. I mean, background, give me the age. Between age 21 and 50, what age do you want to get married and have a family? What age do they start prioritizing? You I'm not even doing age. We're in this conversation.
I know a girl that had a baby. I'm not even doing age. When I saw Ebony's video, I couldn't believe it. She deserves all the applause. Since her last bus driver video, this is the last type of advice I was expecting from Ebony, but she shocked everyone with this great message.
The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always.
That's only if you're making six figures and you got money and clout and you're the so-called top 10%. If you're an average regular guy, that's not the case.
Expanding. And the exact opposite is true for Black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades. The reality is that our marriage.
I want to because look, I want to just say this part. I find that damn well you don't need no damn degree to attract a man. I wish you would just stop. You just like to flex and put down men to make yourself feel better because your life sucks.
Marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year.
I'll just say this: even if she was butt ass naked, I just don't talk. And her feet, her feet ain't pretty. Like to me, her feet ain't cute. They look Gucci. She got some dry, crusty, snake-looking toes.
No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing.
Man, you ain't fit. You ain't not fit. You got a double chin. Just stop talking. God damn.
Primarily, our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger Black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they
You can't. You are not qualified to give the advice. You can just say, "Hey, don't go down that path." But you was married to, I think, 2 or 3 Caucasian guys, white males, and you failed. You don't like black men. You're anti-black. You have a condescending towards black people, but you claim to be for black women. You don't even like black women. Do you know how many light skinned heifers like like her, Angela Rye? You know, a lot of these light skinned chicks, even your mixed chicks like Brittany Renner, y'all don't like black women, especially brown skin, darker skin black women. Y'all tolerate them, but you really don't. But you think you got to one up on the sisters, okay? And yes, them so-called dark skinned women, they don't like you either. They can't stand y'all, but they put you on a pedestal because they want to be close to Zaddy. They want that the so-called whiteness. Yeah, you're right. That's the thing. They all think like that. They all think like that. And I'll drop the link if anybody want to talk. Even though I want more people to come in, but I'll drop the link if you're down. If anybody's down to talk about this.
We choose because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated.
First of all, what about y'all don't even want to talk to men who are in trade schools? Y'all don't want to talk to men who are truck drivers going to get their CDL. You don't even want to deal with guys who are in tech. Y'all think y'all so above that, but y'all talk to white guys who are in tech, Asian guys who are in tech, but when it comes to black guys, oh no, I'm not with that. But y'all deal with Pookie and Ray out in the streets. It don't make this is a mental illness out there, and I figured out what most of these women are doing it on purpose because it's about a one up. They want power in relationships, all power, no responsibility. The sooner you guys accept women as they are. Well, there's very different types of doctors. And you know what's so interesting? She's a lawyer. But you mean to tell me that she couldn't find no man who was a lawyer in her profession? You mean to tell me she couldn't get a husband? No, she felt she was too good for that. See, that's how hypergamy works. Because as long as she gets a power, she wants a man who have all this money and resources, but don't want to share hers. But she wants all this control. But meanwhile, she'll deal with Pookie and Ray on the side, or full time when it comes to having sex.
Women, then we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today,
she just told on herself. So you're not interested in looking at the everyday brother. Even though she is sitting in that nice air-conditioned office studio, running her goddamn mouth. All the products she has that she goes to these upscale grocery stores, them Targets, the department stores are coming from these truck drivers that you shit on, Ebony K. Williams. I know you order from DoorDash and Uber Eats from time to time, but you wouldn't give that guy a time day. I know you don't drive everywhere. You be traveling from city to city, city to state, and I know you be using your Uber. I know you're using that Uber to get around. I know you ain't renting no car every time you travel, ma'am. Fuck out of here.
Most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student.
And guess what y'all do? Y'all try to get for a potential NBA player in college. Just like Brittany Renner. We're gonna, speaking of that, we're gonna probably jump into the Brittany Renner right now.
Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD.
She don't want to just say just get a husband and work with a man. Nah, she ain't gonna do that. No, this stuff ain't gonna do that. And yeah, we're gonna talk about this now. We're gonna go over here.
Last time. Yeah, but God is good. I gave you my godly on. You can have godly on. We good. It's really God is good.
I would say this, you know, every time we have a conversation, we're always not going to agree, but you're always right, regardless. I mean, we're not going to agree on everything, but
That's because your show sucks, GJ, and V. And you a simp. You a joke. You a clown to me. You let your wife go on a month-long girls trip getting slutted out. And I'm supposed to take you seriously as a man? Boy, and you want to, and I don't know. He probably, him, Dr. Umar Johnson, all these public figure male simps get on my fucking nerves. Now, I will admit this. Even though I have issues with Roland Martin, I will admit that Roland Martin, you know, I got my personal issues with Roland Martin. I will admit Roland Martin did not, for last time I checked, from my understanding, Roland Martin ain't dick policing grown men and making fun of grown men who choose to go overseas and exercise their options overseas as a passport bro, or he just want, or men who don't want to just travel abroad and see the world. I'll give Roland Martin credit for not being out of pocket like that, like these weak bust down males.
the best thing about it is just having a conversation. So never think that you can't come up here for something you say. No, that's what these conversations, these platforms are about.
I have played. No, but it's a good point, and it's worth saying out. So I appreciate that.
And I love you, sister. I want you to think I don't love you. I love you for real. Like, I appreciate everything that you do.
It's just like anything else. You go hard, it's in the paint with your finger. So.
Well, yeah, in the paint, as in the paint that's on your face.
Being here.
Thank
I
you.
said yesterday I would love to have a conversation with you about the video.
Now, what's the topic of conversation? I feel like this is a conversation that men shouldn't even be involved in. What's the gist of the conversation?
Oh no.
This is a conversation for late.
What do you mean? No, this conversation is for men because men are the ones dealing with y'all. Men are the ones who choose y'all for marriage. So men need to be in our conversation. This is why, ladies, be careful who you listen to. Guys, this is why you don't listen to women when it comes to relationships and sex. They're not going to tell you the truth. Now, I will admit personally that I'm able to get women to be honest with me. But see, there's a trust and respect level of why they would tell me their darkest secrets. You understand what I'm saying? And some of the stuff, many of those things that women have told me in my personal life will blow your motherfucking mind.
It is. And I texted my good friend Charlamagne and said, it's a friend of the show. I heard the conversation yesterday. I appreciated the critique and the constructive nature of it. And I said, since I'm down the street on the train, let me pull up and I want to hear from you, Lauren, about what you agree with and what you disagree with and have a ladies' conversation about it.
Yeah. So I think for me, I'll start with what I disagree with.
Okay, first for people.
I got 3 people watching. I bet y'all better hit that like button. Okay? I'm the most realest one. And definitely support the channel.
That don't know. You want to play a clip of what went viral so people understand that?
The reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. So here's my advice. If you are a young...
But you got a bad attitude. You got a bad attitude. You're very combative. And on top of that, you married 2 or 3 white men. You have white husbands. You didn't want to give no brother a shot. You thought you were too good for a black man. Exactly.
A black woman in college, and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because a handful of Black college-age men that actually do.
And let me say this: I already played that video. I already played her audio already. This half is talking about the top 10% of men. She ain't talking about the everyday brothers, the everyday regular college guys. She ain't talking about the guys who are in tech. She ain't talking about the guys who are artists. And I was an art major. They are not interested in the art majors. They're not interested in the guys who are studying to be engineers. They're not interested in guys who study in biology. They're not. She's only interested in the popular frat guy in college. Speaking of college, guys who are the most popular, and most of the guys who are smashing these chicks. These women were not. Them niggas were not in college. Those guys were not in college, or they were professional failing students. But most of the time, I saw a lot of these sisters like her talking to LeBron, guys who were potential LeBron James, guys who were just muscular, or guys who were just a party guy. But those women didn't want to deal with those guys later on in life. After they're getting out of college, they didn't want to deal with them no more. You know what I'm saying? So these women are not interested in you as an engineer. They're not interested in any blue collar guy that keeps the world going. They're not interested. Well, maybe they'll deal with a cop from time to time. You know, just to they like guys who just bully other people. You know what I'm saying? But they're not interested in plumbers, bus drivers. If you work DoorDash, and I meet a lot of women off of DoorDash. You know, when I be DoorDashing out and about, you know, when I do my DoorDash thing, you know, I have women be, you know, giving me their numbers and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, it depends. You got to have a charisma. I mean, but you have to have the gift of gab and charisma and know how to communicate with these women. But real talk, all that shit she talking. And when those women were in college, they were going out, they were talking to athletes, football players, the athletes. I'm talking about the MVPs. I'm talking about the popular frat boys. Okay? Guys who are captains. Yeah, obviously, yes. Obviously, yes. But they were not interested in you as an engineer or struggling of artist. If you was an art major, no. Engineer, like I said, engineer, there's different types of engineers. If you was a guy who was tech, you're too nerdy. Anime, you too, not if you're into any forms of art, nope. Biology, if you're a biology major, no, you gotta have a lot of dope. You gotta have a lot of money. You gotta come from a rich family if she want to give you the time of day. That's not all women, all younger women. I'm just speaking the facts. Most of the time, they're going for guys who had a chance to get to the NBA, you know, some college ball players, some football players, anything with football. And and unfortunately, they're not interested in all those other guys I listed. Most of the time, they're getting banged by Chads and Brads and Chad, those spoiled Brads and Chads, or they're dealing with Pookie, the so-called Pookie and Ray Ray. That did not go to college, or he was still in college. All he did was holler at girls all day on campus. Let me say this: the medical school, I did say that. If you're in med school, no, you have to be an established doctor making six figures, fresh out of med school. You cannot be on that, and it takes a long time to be a medical student. You know, if you're in med school, you're going to school for like almost 10 years. Or more, 10 or more years, depending on what you do. Yes. So you have to already be making that bread, unfortunately.
Desire to get married soon. If they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too. Yep.
Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think so. Some of these guys just want to smash. I don't think a lot of you got a lot of whoremonger males. So again, she's talking about the less than 15%. 10 to 15%. She ain't talking about the whole other population. Yeah, I call them microwave hoes. Women are the microwave. They got a microwave mindset. They don't want a slow cooked dinner, a slow cooked breakfast. lunch. They don't want nothing slow cooked that you got to cook for hours and hours. How many of y'all had a meal that was cooked for 4 fucking hours or more? And when you had it, it was delicious. No, women want something quick. They want to go to the drive-thru. They want to get something. They want to go to the grocery store and get a box of White Castle burgers and throw it in the microwave, or a box of Jimmy Dean sausage biscuits, or they want the frozen food section. Do you know how many women be out there at the frozen food section of the grocery store and buying frozen lasagna, frozen PF Chang, or they're ordering off of DoorDash and Grubhub, Uber Eats? That's how it is out here. And don't forget the Haagen-Dazs ice cream with their wine and shit.
Well, that is an incredibly strong pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life.
But you're the dumbass heifer that talks about I ain't dating no bus driver unless he is the bus.
Partnership and motherhood.
So I think, all right, so breaking it down into what I agree and what I disagree with. So the disagree for me came with starting with the infertility and the market value.
Now, here's the thing. Yes, but at the same time, she's dealing with Tyrone and Chads, them Pookie, Ray Rays, Ricos, bottom shelf Brads and Chads. At the same time.
Appreciate it. So with the infertility, I know I said this yesterday, some stuff is science, right? You can't get around that. But I feel like when you start with that and you lead with that, it then makes people get defensive and they don't even hear the rest of it. I know when I first listened to it.
I got a question. Why are you defensive? I want to know. Why are you so defensive? And I'm trying to I'm trying not to fall out the handle because I did a live stream last Sunday. That's a sad reality, BG, yes. But why is she getting defensive, gentlemen and ladies? But gentlemen, why is she getting so defensive when she stated it's a fact?
I was like, oh God, this is going to be another one of those conversations where like someone's telling me as a woman, by the time you get this age, your life is over. And you know,
actually it is. Technically, well, your life is not over, but when it comes to having children and having a family, that opportunity is gone. That's just the reality. Now you can still be a smash. You can still you can still call a man up to suck his, you know what, to get if you can just call that dude that want to fuck you, and you'll still get the dizzic. You'll still get that. You just ain't gonna be a wife because there's no reason to wife a woman if I'm not gonna have no children.
When you're like trying to figure things out and you're like,
what the fuck are you trying to figure out? It's sad that a lot of these women, these older women like Ebony K. Williams and women who are much older than her, failed women in that she's 31 years old, 31, 32 years old, failed these younger women under the age of 32.
31 years old, right? Like recently I was in a very long relationship.
A toxic relationship at that, with Tyrone or the bottom shelf Chad and Brad and Pookie, Ray Ray, and Rico.
You want to feel not
Jesus, right.
You know, don't worry, there's life after. Go ahead.
That's my point. It's like, for me, I made a very conscious decision with a lot of things in my life. Going to college, being in the relationship that I was in, not being in that relationship, even with my like recent, back and forth to East Coast, West Coast. Like I've always had to be very conscious and cognizant of the fact that like, as a woman, as a Black woman, right, especially working in the space that I work in, I might not get that other chance. Like I gotta do it right the first time. And I think about professionally and personally.
Okay.
But you failed personally.
Only because
And what are your personal goals? Just so we're clear, you want marriage.
I got married
And that we put your family foundation.
Then how come you ain't on that grind to get there? How come you don't keep the same energy? You kept the same energy when it came to career. You kept the same energy to do the city girl shit. But when it came to finding a husband, you just think it's just supposed to just be handed to you. I swear to God, you have to stupid.
I want all of that. And I'm gonna have a number of kids. Once we start, we start.
Oh, no, we're not gonna get the minutia of that.
Yeah, but yes, I would. Okay, I'm going to the other.
And you add talking to a woman who's a professional failure who can't get a man, damn sure can't keep a man, and she was playing when she was being a Negro bed wench, messing with white guys the whole time, and she ain't dealt with no brother. I mean, doesn't tell me she couldn't just. I'm not telling her who she can't be with, or who when it comes to race, when it comes to the men, the so-called men she needs and wants. I'm saying is that all the most of her relationships she just dealt with white men. She didn't. So basically, she had a bias against black men. So this woman right here, this young sister right here, that's 31 years old, who's she got chocolatey, got a little milk chocolate skin, lady. Why are you getting advice from a light skinned heifer who's very combative, very argumentative? She's very masculine, very no feminine energy. She thinks she knows everything because she got a worthless ass degree, and she thinks because she got she can buy some things, but her life sucks.
Amazing mom. But I just feel like when you lead with the stuff that you lead with, it instantly turns the conversation negative. And for someone like me who is watching,
why is it negative? Why the fuck is it negative? Explain this to me. Why the fuck is it negative? Why does the truth gotta be negative? Why does the facts gotta be negative? Why can't it just be I take the uncomfortable facts, the uncomfortable truth, and I make it and I take these teachings, I take the wisdom and make my life positive. Why don't you fucking do that?
And learning and listening to you, it makes it where now I am defensive.
Why are you fucking defensive? For what? What the fuck are you defensive of?
To watch, listen, and learn. I don't hear the rest of what you're saying. So now I'm not being.
You got selective hearing. You want to hear what makes you feel good and stroke your narcissistic heifer ass ego.
Oh, and I should feel like I can listen to you and learn from you, and not feel like you're.
No, you want to be coddled. That's the fucking problem. A lot of these girls these women have been overly coddled, especially from Prince's daddy, especially from the Simpson family, the male Simpson family, and her family. And if she didn't have a father or active father, that's bad too. But to me, nobody want to talk about how a lot of these fathers spoil their daughters rotten and don't check them on their bullshit. They're too soft on them. Instead of being showing strength, they show beta male behavior, and you wonder why these women don't take men seriously.
For the op, right? And that's how it starts off when you instantly are telling me everything negative about what I already am facing every single day. And I think that's a big part of it.
What are you facing that's negative? What you gonna say? White supremacy? When you're a double minority? Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. I'm not saying racism. No, she ain't experienced racism. A lot of times you don't even know you're experiencing anti-black terrorism, anti-race. You're not systemic racism. A lot of times you just want to pick and choose when you want to call out racism, which I find it sad and pathetic. You are double minority. You have it better than a black man, but you slightly better than a black man, but you out here failing.
It was like when you put certain truths in front of people, it hurts. People don't want to hear it. But beyond that, like you can't get around that fertility. The second thing was the market value, right? I don't agree. Like I don't know where you were at 31, but for me, I feel like I'm just now.
Those are facts. They don't hold. They don't. And I'll say about discipline, it's a value system. They don't instill values, and they don't hold. When it comes to the so-called consequences and stuff like that, it's really reprimand. It's really when it's not discipline. It's really a value system and a standards and principles. That's what discipline is. But okay, just want to say that. But when it comes to you being confronted and reprimanded and held accountable, that's what you mean. Just wanted to clarify that. But they don't hold their daughters accountable. You ain't lying about that. They over coddle their daughters. I'll never forget when I made that TikTok video about these dads who spoil their daughters and don't hold them accountable, don't instill discipline, don't when she's out of pocket or she's doing something fucked up to guys that she's not checked, her behavior is rewarded. She don't get the discipline. She don't know how to have self-control when she's told no, you know. And I had some goddamn goofy ass DJ Inky looking simp who want to argue with me and use the sign language, and he wants to body shame me because he didn't like what I said. I said it like this. In so many words, I says, you're talking about I'll be the standard for my daughter, even though I know you're a dog and you treat women like shit. You pump and dump women on the side and cheat on your wife for 17 years, and you're not honest about that shit. I said the video was about what are you going to teach your daughter to do for a man of value, a man of integrity, a righteous man. He didn't want to answer the question. What are you teaching her? Oh, I don't have to teach her nothing. A man should just give her everything. Sir, I said that I blocked him. I said, no, you're not. So if you didn't do that part, then why should I? And even if you did spoil her, Ron, that's not what marriage is about. She's supposed to serve the husband, not the other way around.
Get into the space where like the people that are able to, or not able to, but the people that are dating, the life experiences that I'm experiencing that are teaching me what I want, what I don't want. I'm right.
What are you being taught at 31 years old, man? I'm not saying you. I mean, yes, you're going to be learning for the rest of your life. I mean, obviously. You know what I mean? I'm 40 years old, and I'm still learning, and I'm still willing to learn and grow. But a lot of you women are stuck in your ways once y'all reach that age, and I say it starts early. Once women reach 15, 16, you can't tell them nothing. And then they get older, they get worse and worse.
Now it's the best state that I've ever been in. And that wasn't me in college. I didn't know what I was in college. I didn't know who I was in college. I ain't seen nothing, haven't done anything. So I didn't agree with that. But
let's put two big ones out and let's break them down before we get ahead of ourselves. Okay, so you're 31 years old, a college-educated woman, enjoying a very successful career in a high-profile space. I'm going to put my hands together for all of that. Now, when I say market value depreciating, Lauren, did you hear what I said before that? Did you hear the specificity of the particular marketplace I'm speaking about?
No, which was that?
Okay, so I want to just go back actually to your first point, Lauren, which I think you are conceding that you had a reaction to my commentary that was so visceral in nature that you actually shut down your listening comprehension skills.
Yeah.
So because of that, right, I'm not going to sit in a posture of ownership because you made a choice to be limited in the way in which you received and processed the information. Now, you are a grown woman and you have autonomy over what you choose to consume and what you choose to not consume. So when I was giving the advice, the strategy, the game, putting, certain people up on some game, I'm talking to a very limited pool of young
half. Shut your ass up. You didn't put nobody on game. All you did was do the same shit that Kendra G did. Y'all just took credit for what men in this space, the manosphere, the red pill community, the true force loneliness, the men going their own way spaces have talked about for years. You just took that as an opportunity to get more clout and to grow your own platforms. You a sick bitch. You're not putting nobody on game. How in the fuck can you put these women on game and these men on game when you a fucking failure in your own personal relationships? All your marriages failed, Ebony, by you. Do you take any form of personal responsibility? No, you just dancing around it. You just know you fucked up, but that's the type of woman you need to avoid, gentlemen. This is why women like you, Ebony K. Williams, are avoided. And a lot of times you're just a pump and dump. And I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that because if you watch the movie, there's a thin line between love and hate, starring Martin Lawrence and Lynn Whitfield, what I call Whitefield. Martin was playing the field and dealing with Glenn Whitefield, that was like an Ebony K. Williams, well-to-do in real estate, even though Ebony K. Williams is a lawyer and judge, you know what I'm saying? She's a TV judge. I think it's a fucking joke. But okay. So Martin Lawrence, as Darnell, was playing the field, being Mac Daddy, dirty Mackin', and all of a sudden they caught up to him because he stood her up. He was leeching off her money, and then all of a sudden she got angry and got violent and got vindictive in so many ways.
Black ladies, the ones that are currently in school or immediately following school or graduate school. And then the other caveat, I'll say, the other place this information is in real time relevant to are the mothers or even the fathers of those young women. That's who this is for. So this is actually not even applicable to you, Lauren. So let me finish. No, I have to finish because wait, wait, I have to finish my thought.
I just want to wait before you finish your thought. I just want to let's rewind with it, because I also think too, the reason why people also, because not just me or the people, because even the people it's meant for, I'm sure some of them did the same exact thing as well.
Some did not.
Right, and some did not.
Some did not.
Right,
But I got the comments, right?
yeah, I did. So what I think is with you, and I did say this in the most respectful way. I think that the way that you approach things, like even this conversation right now,
Yeah.
it can make it does that. It dilutes the whole point of like
For you.
talking to me specifically. I agree with certain parts of it, but I think that my whole point of what I'm saying, right? Because right now I feel like you're taking what I didn't agree with and the fact that I don't remember specific words or whatever you said.
Lauren, really, I really think this would be better served and more productive. It's just like it's kind of like an opening statement in a court of law. I gave you a good amount of time to lay out 2 prongs of disagreement, and I respect and appreciate both of your positions. I'm not saying they are wrong. Okay, Andy, messy. That means we're wrong at all. But I am saying that I don't know how productive it is to be the time, manner, and delivery police, right? So when we talk about
You know, this is the problem that you can't take, but because you have somebody on Twitter calling out Ebony K. Williams. Shout out to Daphne, and I'm gonna just stop it right there because I heard enough. I just wanted to I want to do another reaction. So basically, Queen of Accountability is on Twitter. I think on Twitter or she on Instagram. Screenshot her exchange with Ebony K. Williams. So the Queen of Accountability states, "Where is your ring at Ebony K. Williams?" Ebony K. Williams responds with, "I've had 2. I divorced my first husband and gave back the second. This advice is for women that want marriage." Now, the Queen of Accountability states, you're giving advice on wanting marriage. You need to give advice on how to stay married, which I agree with the Queen of Accountability on. You have a failed marriage and engagement, right? Did you learn from it? How can you help the next generation of, basically, in paraphrasing, younger women, not to make the same ignorant mistake, what I call bad, dumbass decisions? Anyone can get married. Staying married is a challenge. I agree with her, and she's married. You proved that. So we're gonna move on to Brittany Renner, and I may play some more clips of Ebony K. Williams because I think it's the stuff that she's saying is detrimental. Yep, exactly. That's what she did. And if you want to follow her, it's the Queen of Accountability on Twitter X. Now I'm going to play Shannon Sharps with the interview with Brittany Renner now.
And you know what it's like.
can't say that I've ever experienced it necessarily, just because I feel that I'm just that person, but it's always something that's been on my heart. And if it was put on my heart, it was for a reason, just because it exists. Just like you're able to manifest the way that you are, put on there for you to materialize. Same here. I think a lot of people think that it's not going to happen for me because of the way that I carry myself or different.
It is the way you carry yourself, Brittany Renner. And the fact that you bragged about how many men you slept with and you put your business out there, you have put yourself in a blacklist. What I call the whitelist. You got whitelisted. And you thought that made you more desirable by bragging about how many men you slept with. See, again, a lot of these women, these modern heifers, have been raised to think like these dysfunctional, trashy beta males. Because I would tell y'all, a lot of these chicks, they like beta males. They like dusty beta males. They love them. You know why? Because they can never be held accountable. Yes, Brittany Renner got a high body count, 35 different dudes, and she's bragging about that thing. That makes her more desirable. No, it makes you nasty. That means you a failure. And even if, and me personally, if I hear men, grown men, talk about how many women they slept with, especially over the age of 30, I don't respect that. Even if these guys are like high school guys, college guys, I don't take that seriously because my thing is, my beliefs is that a man should be seeking, well, Calvin, you're against marriage. Yes, in America, fuck, yes, I am, because of the bureaucracy. But I do support marriage and family and building. I don't believe men should be sleeping with more than 35 women and up. No, these men need to focus on their lives, focus on their mental health, their purpose, their physical health. Focus on their craft, their talents, their gifts, building up the society, making the world a better place. Focus on getting that bag to help the world, help the community. That what they come from and live in. That's my perspective. I never got like really. I was pressured to having sex with multiple women, but and shame for it. But I never personally was impressed by dudes sleeping with multiple women. I was more impressed of dudes building families and practicing what they call polygamy, for building families with those women, and women supporting those men who are about family building and nation building. Here's the thing. Here's my thing on a pair bond. I agree that women do a lot. Those women who are non-virgins are incapable of pair bonding. But I would argue that a lot of men cannot pair bond to save their own life. Do you know how many times these guys, especially guys of a certain level, have been? Now these women target these guys, these guys who are so-called taken. But a lot of these guys can't pair bond with these women. These guys don't know how to connect. They don't know how to communicate with these women and share what they're into, their fetishes, their kinks. Just like women can't either. But here's the thing, what I realized, my personal life, I'm very candid that I have a foot fetish. I just got off the phone with a woman about meeting up for her just to enjoy her feet and do whatever else. I'm very open about me having a foot fetish. I love feet. I love women with pretty feet. But I get canceled and I get roasted and toasted because I'm very candid about it, and I get slammed. Oh, you shouldn't say that. Why not? I'm not being creepy. I've been called creepy for just for being honest. Not creepy, but not being perverted, but being respectfully honest and open about what I find attractive and what gets me off. Why is that wrong to be honest? Even if a woman was honest about what she was into, but women are the biggest hypocrites. A lot of dudes can't pair bond and can't even take care of the woman, the only woman they got. They can't even do that. They can't even connect with her, but yet they want to be male whores and just be a mess. They can't pair bond either. One thing over here, I'm balanced and I'm fair, even though it's not set up to be fair, but I'm balanced and fair, and I hold all sides accountable, and I defend those who are in the right. You know what I'm saying?
Versions of me that they're stuck on, but it's all my heart for a reason. That's why I got to experience the flip side of the coin, the darker side of the coin, where I've had a lot of heartbreak and disappointments, because how else would I appreciate true love when it comes to me? I've had everything come to me so easy, even with soccer. I didn't have to practice.
Well, how do you appreciate true love if you're still single as French toast and you're not gonna date a guy if he doesn't date a certain he's based off a certain tax bracket? How can you appreciate true love? Maybe the guy who's not in that tax bracket, and I'm talking about a man who's protected. I'm not talking about a bum because you probably dealt with bums too. You're a nasty whore. You don't appreciate true love. I don't believe you because you just want to run your damn mouth. You disrespected the brother at that. I think I'm going to just do a live stream. I might speak on that in a different live stream in the future, or maybe a pre-recorded video. But I think I might do a live stream that's relevant where she's pouring water on Charleston White because she can't handle being told no. You ever notice that a lot of these women like Brittany Renner cannot take no for an answer? They cannot handle so-called rejection, but yet you got this narrative that men can't handle rejection, knowing that's just a disingenuous statement. A lot of times these women are out of pocket and disrespectful and confrontational and rude and nasty and actually go out the way to put hands on a man, throw drinks at a man, spit on a man, and be nasty and very abusive, very belligerent, very toxic, very extra. Yeah, that's right, BG. Yes, that's right. Those are facts.
That's good. Great. I mean, that's just what it was. I didn't have to. That's what it was. So it's like when you don't feel the value of anything because things come to you so naturally because you're beautiful, because your body falls, and there's the social media, the notoriety, no value to it.
Right.
So that's why I think for me.
But you didn't have to appreciate your baby.
Yeah. Because I do whatever I want. So going through some of the stuff I went through the last
Spoken like a true narcissist.
couple years, I really got to see what I made of.
When you were at Jackson State, were you a sorority?
Yeah, I'm very good enough.
Really? I mean, so you were just a college kid.
I mean, I was gonna say, well, I was shocked. I was playing like you were 7 in college. Cousins. People just cousins. Playhouse.
Your grandmother would be so disappointed.
I mean, she was a lot of them. And what she would do? That's it.
But I'm saying she's gonna be disappointed because she's gonna say, Brittany, I rated you better, man. Or
Honestly, it's never happened.
you know, go ahead, honesty. Honesty is the key. Honesty is the best.
My grandma said she never. I'm not even.
Oh, she don't put Granny experience. She don't put Granny out there like that.
So I'm not really listening to her.
So when Dion asked you to come back and speak to the kids, to his team, the young men at Jackson State, did you prepare to like, okay, I'm gonna touch on this, this, and this, or you just went up there and let it flow?
Well, originally I just wanted tickets to the game. I think it was a homecoming game or something. And I said, no, I want you to speak to my team. So in my mind, I was just like, okay, I don't know what it's about. I guess he said the game was life. And I'm curious, because I know that you asked him about it. Did he ever get detail about what he got?
No.
And you've never seen the footage, right?
I talked through the footage, but like I said, I don't like, because I'm like, okay, one day I would like potentially for her to be on my podcast. Now, obviously, that was happened a couple of years ago, so I'm going to let some time pass by before I ask for you to come on my show. So, but I didn't want to sway any of the questions I potentially ask. And hopefully, I'm trying to ask questions because I kind of seen and my researcher and my producer CJ, I think does a great job of making sure that we try not to touch on a whole lot of things that you've already spoken about. So that's why I want to start back from the beginning. I want to Brittany Renner. I'm taking it back.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I didn't like about Julia Jackson State is because the way that it was marketed,
Right.
that I was a cautionary tale.
Oh.
That's not what, if you were to play back the whole, what am I warning you guys about? Because if I was the gold digger, I would be easily the dumbest one. I'd be the least successful one. Like, I am not in a position to tell young men about gold diggers or what women do, or because the friends that I have, they're not in this business. They are call center nurses, work out of a freaking enterprise. So when I didn't like that, it made it seem like I'm coming in there and I'm telling you guys, hey, don't get got. That's not what happened. So
Well, just give us a brief synopsis, okay? You get called, and you say, guys, I'm bringing someone to in front of you today to speak to you that's going to give you some life, going to give you some gain. That's the way you like, I'm going to give you gain. And this person, although the package is nicely bundled in a nice, neat, presentable package, you need to hear the message that she's going to say. So you walk up there and everybody, like, so now you know what's going on. Hey, I mean, I can just imagine if I'm an 18, 19-year-old, someone like yourself walks in, I'm thinking the same thing these probably young men thinking. So now I got to set lustful thoughts aside and hear what you have to say.
I think Deanna and I did a great job kind of spitballing, and you would, help set the questions and different things we didn't answer. But what I shared was my experience, and to not waste women's time because, hell has no period, like a woman scorned.
Oh, really?
But don't try to prove it.
I'm not a woman. So you're asking me.
Because the way you know why you say it.
No, what you mean? Why I said I'm not saying it.
We're gonna leave it in the
No, Brittany, no.
But you're like, oh, really? So you're familiar.
No. I mean, I'm asking you.
Let me send you information. Is that what we learned about this one?
You're asking me as a man to speak to a situation that I would know nothing about, considering that I'm not a woman. So I don't know what's going on. Because me, sure things have happened, but I have to move it along. I don't get the luxury of being able to be scornful and to lash out or to retaliate. If someone says, don't call me again, I don't have the luxury of calling you again because that's harassment. Shannon Sharp called me harassment. I'm going to be in the paper. I'm going to lose my job. So you can understand that I'm speaking to things that I don't have the luxury of being able to do.
Yes, but you also, because I've listened to your videos more recently today, where you are very big about whatever your dating life is in private and in public. It's just like you said, if you date in private, you can break up in private.
Yeah.
So you can let me finish my thought. The reality is that you know what I'm talking about. That's why you moved the way that you have been dating, because you can't just be out here all willy nilly and whatever you're doing, especially publicly, because if you do so publicly, you're gonna have to answer to it publicly.
Right.
But I'm saying in general, a lot of men with status, I mean, who are they supposed to date? They're gonna go after women who typically have less than that. And even women who may have greater than equal to. Still, hell have no barriers like a woman scorned.
Well, take it. Beyonce, take it.
You would know.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying, when you talk about men of high value, and look, we're going to talk about.
We have to differentiate that.
Okay. So let's just say men, 500,000, million, the pool of dating the equivalent is not the same. You know that.
Yeah. What?
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when you say, oh, men that they're going to date women less than,
but that's what, okay, so I'm going back to a lot of people, male or female, don't have a lot to lose. So when there are these breakups, or if there was somebody who was maybe dating with ill intention, when that stuff happens, it can get really messy.
Right.
It can get messy, especially when you don't have that much going for yourself. Because you're like, oh, this person was finding out. So now I'm going to out them or post screenshots. Like, there's been so much stuff in the news that I've been thinking about football players and certain things. And yeah, we're talking about what I'm saying their names, but that type of stuff.
Right. When you, I remember when I'm trying to think, I don't know if you said it on a radio show or TV show about your dating life with one man, two men, three men, four men over the course of 24 hours or 48 hours. Did you think about the ramifications of how people, men, women, everybody, would look at you? Because
I want to say this. I'm glad we finally got to that part. Nation did call, so I didn't. This is the problem with a lot of these liberal, democratic, modern heifers. And yes, the conservative, and to me, if and when you ask me, fuck the conservative heifers too, because a lot of those conservative women who are Republican. Now, this is not about who people vote for, what their political leanings are, but I'm speaking about women in general who claim to be conservative. A lot of those women are 304s in the past. They were on that Freaknik, they were 304s, hoes and tricks. Now all of a sudden, they want to be all conservative. I believe in family values, but I'm not going to talk about how many men I slept with, even though, and not how many abortions I had along the way, or I gave up my child or children from different dudes for adoption, where I'm actually a deadbeat mama, a deadbeat mom. So a lot of those women who are conservative and claim to be conservative, they ain't no damn different. Y'all just like the liberal heifers who lean to the left. You women who lean you women who lean to the right are just the same as these women who lean to the left. Y'all ain't not that damn different. Just to do women who are so-called conservatives, y'all just try to hide your shit because you trying to be all hypergamous and land because most of those men in that higher tax bracket are conservative and lean to the right. Let's just keep it real. And a lot of these liberal women are side chicks, or they try to impose their ideology, not ideology, ideology to these men that they want. They just want resources and a lifestyle. That's all.
or does that not bother? Or you learn too fast?
So you're referring to one in particular. I can actually recall it like perfectly. There's a video that I took in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with 3 men a day,
Yeah.
and I ended up getting a yeast infection.
Yeah.
I came out pretty unscathed for just a yeast infection,
Right.
considering what I could have gotten.
Right.
It wasn't that, well, and I hope people don't.
I mean, they
I was on birth control for 10 years before I had my son. I got all three because of the conversation with my child's father. So again, the whole trapping thing, can't trap it on the face. And I never wanted to have it. I was a kid.
You just wanted to you never wanted a baby dad. You wanted to be a mom. You didn't want to be a baby mom. You wanted to be a mom.
That's why I waited so long. I had my baby when I was 29. I thought I was being right. I thought that was my time. And I never really liked kids. I always felt I'm the person in the cross problems, to be honest.
Well, here's the thing, Brittany Renner. You're saying you did it right. You did not do it right. You're still single. Did you get married to that man? Did that man ask for your hand in marriage? If you did it right, then you should be a husband. That should be your husband, and you should be his wife, and you still should be together to this day. Now, I'm not going to get into, monogamy ain't natural, and, people just break up. I'm not getting into that. I'm speaking based off the facts. If that's what she wanted to do, then she should have had a husband. No, she was an opportunist. That's why Deion Sanders brought her over when he was coaching Jackson State. So those guys can avoid her and not be a dumbass simp. You got too many of these guys be simping out here, especially a lot of you older guys. Y'all have been simps. Y'all been simping for a long time. And I'm supposed to listen to y'all and respect you as an elder, but you're getting emasculated by these heifers, especially these young chicks. You dudes, man, talking about, respect these women, man, fuck, I ain't respect no respect is goddamn earned. Respect is earned. Stop telling me I gotta respect a non-virgin. Why should I respect the 304? Just because you're broke ass just because you're broken a failure in life doesn't mean I have to go down the same path. This is the problem with men. A lot of you black men have a crabs and barrel mentality. That's why you niggas don't. That's why a lot of you black men don't like me. Men in general don't like me. But Black men specifically don't like me because I am an anti-simp. I don't put women on no pedestal. Yeah, that BG, yeah, that's a fact. A lot of you males are simps. You old ass dudes. You should be wiser to stop simping. Now, I expect guys in their teenage years, in their 20s, even past the, even through the mid 20s, but it should stop at that point. Real talk. I expect those guys to be simps and be blue pilled. I'm tired of you old ass males being blue pilled beta. You just want to be Captain Saver, bitch. You want to cape for women. You want to defend piss poor behavior, and you think by doing that, some of you guys are well to do. Y'all simp for these women. You put them on a pedestal because you don't have no charisma. You think by kissing women's ass and not holding them accountable, then you're gonna get some pussy. That's what you want. You want a girlfriend. I am tired of men being shaming men like me who choose to be single by choice, trying to shame me. Oh, I need a woman in my life to feel complete. No, I don't. Why do I need a woman? Why do I need a woman? What do I need her for? Just because you so-called married guys are in a toxic, abusive relationship with your woman and you're going back and forth, doesn't mean I gotta suffer just like you. And this is the problem with a lot of these adults, these elders. They want the younger generation to suffer like they did, suffer the same abuse and trauma that they did. And this is a problem in just across the board, especially in the Black community. And I don't like to keep saying it's just the Black community because I know it's not just the Black community, but it takes a cake because there's a whole different shitload of problems that's connected to being a Black person in America, especially a Black man in America. And the fact is, we don't support each other. There's a lot of anti-Blackness. There's a lot of white worshiping going on out here. Oh, a lot of those married guys are pussy whipped, and I'm supposed to listen to them. I'm supposed to get married because that's what they chose to do. And they're miserable as French toast. These guys pay all the bills. These women they take care of these bitches like sprinkle. If their man asks for some support or she to pay her part, it's a problem. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good on that. And you women ain't gonna shame me. You women ain't gonna shame me when 80% of you bitches file for a fucking divorce. And you alienate the kids from their biological father. You get child support, you don't spend the child support, you spend it on yourself, your girlfriends, your ain't shit family, and that bum ass nigga. The kids don't get nothing. They still gotta work and pay your bills and all that stuff. No, that's why I said a lot of you women don't value marriage yourself.
Yeah, but I got a little
What did you think?
So I think about a reputation
Yeah.
telling people that I have sex multiple men. Yeah, I don't think it's true. If you don't see me as a potential dating person, then great, one less heart to break. Leave me alone. And
How is your heart being broken, Brittany? See, this is the problem here. You was raised to be a male. You was raised to be a man. You're in this Steve Harvey. You got a lot. You the seller. You got these women thinking that they can be like these trash ass dusty males. The Steve Harvey is not a masculine man. I don't take none of his advice. He's a fucking scammer too. He's a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice more than that. You know he's alive. A lot of you women, you see the problem with her, that she thinks she gives men too much power. You're giving people, nobody can break your heart. Yeah, people can disappoint you. You ain't gonna get no argument out of me. You ain't gonna get no argument from me. You can be disappointed, but nobody can break your heart. How did he break your heart? Did he hit you in the chest? Did he clock you, punch you in the face? How did he break your heart? You keep saying that. What do you mean did he break your heart? See, I couldn't say it to me. I mean, if I was interviewing her, man, I couldn't take it, man. I couldn't take it. I flipped the fuck out.
I'm gonna continue with
But you do understand
Really, that's hard for a man. Look, like you said, this versus private. Now, if you and I having a conversation, and you're sitting there and we have a conversation, you can say, "Well, Shannon, I've slept with this many men." Okay, that's one thing. That's between you and I. But to have that conversation and then everybody fails yard and everybody else knows it, that's a whole different ballgame with it.
That's not for me. I mean, I feel like
That's selfish because all you think about is you. What about you? He's got to be with you.
he has got to be with me. He has the privilege to be there.
Oh,
Really, bitch, the privilege to be with a used up post-war heifer. I know she's gonna throw some bottles at me. She's gonna try to pour some water on me. But I'm saying this out of love.
Do you know how many women you work
Brent,
with?
that's
Do you know how many women you work with?
When you argue, when you don't do this, is why it's pointless to even have it to even do the argue with this type of chick. She wants to be a man. She got dick envy issues. Y'all understand what I'm saying? A lot of these women have been raised to think they want to pick up, they want to be a man when it benefits them, or they think there's a benefit. They want to move like men, but they hate men at the same time. She trying to compete for man. That's the woman you avoid, my fellas. That's how if you're a righteous man, you're a man about business, you take care of your responsibility, you're a man who stands on principle, you're a man that has a strong moral compass. You're about your morals, you're about your values, you're well disciplined. This is the type of woman that you just don't get the time of day to. No, don't do no pump and dump. No, don't. I don't support that. That's why these women think they can do what they do and be out of pocket because you got too many dicks, too many of these males out there giving this woman dicking her down. She got too much penis in her. That's why she thinks she can do. And not only that, you guys are paying her bills. You guys are simping. You guys are just giving. She don't have. It's like you're making it too easy for her to be a concubine, and she's not wifey material. She's not concubine material, but she damn sure ain't wifey material. She's not even side chick material at this point. She is so goddamn disgusting, y'all.
No. How many women you
yeah.
The biggest triple digit. There we go. They're back in this position. Double or triple.
I'm the interviewer. You the interviewer.
I can't ask any questions.
You can ask questions. You can have the podcast beside the owner. You and I have the conversation. Now, back to our originally normal scheduled program. You do understand that a man tried his woman to don't look. I don't have any problem. You know, 3 bodies, 4 bodies, 5 bodies, 10 bodies. What you did before me, oh, you know what I mean? You know, I'm pretty lenient because I kind of, lawyers, doctors, exotic dancers, yeah. So you love what you love what you love. Oh. But it's a high bar to her if she makes things that she's done publicly. I think you understand what I'm saying.
I believe that the average person is below average. So the average man is most likely not going to.
But you're not going to be interested in no average man. You like what you like.
And I've never argued with you on that. Let me finish my thought. Let me.
Okay.
And then we friends. Okay. What I'm saying is that the average guy will tell you that I'm not wife material. That's fine because I don't want to be with the average man. The man that I want is someone who is understanding of that. And if that's asking for too much from the male species, then I must be better off alone then. I don't think I'm asking for the impossible. Literally just said that exotic dancers, lawyers, whoever.
You love who you love.
Right.
Who you're drawn to is who
Right.
you're drawn to. The average person is not going to want to make that jump. And that's okay. Because I'm not talking to them. I don't need anybody average. I'm not average. There's nothing about my mentality that's average. I don't carry myself as average. I don't look average. I'm not mundane and forgettable. Just like I stand with them. I get so much flack because there's a lot. People want me to just like stuff and shut up. Make an OnlyFans. Let me finish stuff. They want me to go over here and just admit that I'm a gold digger, that I trap guys, and that I only care about money. But because I feel so proud about true love,
What do you know about true love, Brittany Renner? Brittany ruined. What the fuck do you know about true love? Where's your husband? See, Shannon, I know I'm gonna have a water bottle thrown at me or a chair thrown at me. Because the truth hurts. Because she lives her life of lies. She can't accept the facts. Do you know how many times even when I go on panels with these women, right? Do you know how many times women talk about, I will beat the crap out of you if I saw you in person? Making violent threats towards me for telling the truth. And I'm not even disrespecting them. I'm not body shaming them. I'm not judging them on their life choices where in a way I'm putting them down. I'm about progression. I'm about healing, and I'm about positive outcomes. I'm just saying, this is what you need to do. This is what you got to do if you're trying to do this and that. But but I'm telling her the facts and the truth. There's nothing wrong with being a regular person. Your parents are regular. Your grandparents were regular. Facts. I agree.
But you can understand that you say
because I'm like that, like you. Because I'm like that.
You don't like sex, Brittany. That's why you a bitter ass heifer. You use sex as a mean to get what you want. That's a hoe. Use a hoe. You a heifer. You a modern heifer. This is why we got passport bros. I would love to know her opinion on the whole passport bros. Do you know how many of these women don't want to date the everyday guy, the average brother, the average man? But the minute men talk about we're going overseas, these women lose their goddamn mind. I'm like, you don't want us, so why do you care about who we get with? You know why? Because those women don't know how to compete. They know those foreign women, and I'm not saying these foreign women are perfect and they don't do no wrong. No, I ain't stupid. I have covered international news before about women being violent towards men, violent towards other women, and doing their children dirty, abusing their children. So I have called out the international martyred heifer too. I have called out women across the board, not just in America, and racially across the board, not just in America, but also internationally too. So I do not discriminate when it comes to holding you heifers accountable, young and older in between.
Because I'm curious. I don't care.
you can understand why people will find that hard about true love because they're looking at true love is not what you're looking, but what you're saying, what you're selling doesn't say. Well, I mean, you go on and you in your car, you say, I had sex with 3 men.
That was back in 2018, by the way.
Doesn't matter. That's a permanent choice, man. That you can't take that back.
No man, no woman can outrun their past because all it does is makes you tired when it catches up with you. So what you did in 2018, people still know about it in 2023. So this notion that you said when it happened 5 years ago, it happened 10 years ago. People have what they call the internet. People have what they call memory.
No, honestly though.
No, Brittany, I don't want to try your kitty. All them bodies, all them dizzies. And we're not just talking about just her having relations, having so-called traditional sex, missionary doggy style. What about her getting her toes sucked? What about dudes eating her out and she going out giving dudes toppy top? All the kinky fetishes with body fluids. I know you've been out in Dubai, Brittany Renner. You have done some. What about the licking bodies, licking toes, licking ass, eating ass, all that crazy shit? What about those? Because you talk about 35, I would argue you need to times that by 7, gentlemen. Add times to 7. At 35, she said 35, 36. Times that by 7. Because she ain't talking about the other stuff that she did with other dudes. That was she getting her toes sucked, or she was sucking toes. You know what I'm saying? Oral sex. She getting oral sex. You know, peed on, pissed on. You know, you name it. Hair pulled, biting. You know what I'm saying? Trampling. You know, all types of wild kinky shit.
I don't want I don't believe you can reach 100%. I wouldn't I would not do a clean slate today. Because you know why? This whole journey for me has been learning.
Yeah.
So if I'm judged for the way that I learned, then so be it. I don't need you guys to forget it. I don't want you to keep talking about it. Because there's so many people that are so curious.
She is so frustrated that she can't escape what she did. She the one who put the book out there. You wrote a tell-all book, airing out your business. Now that you're blacklisted, what I call whitelisted. Now you're mad and frustrated. Now people are just don't want to be around you like that. They'll use you for views and clout to boost the ratings of their social media platforms. But that's all you good for now. Publicity stunts.
In private. In public, and that's fine. You're not for me. I don't need a guy that's gonna keep my record of wrong. I thought that's what the Bible said. That's no.
Hey, no, I'm just saying, I don't judge. I'm not here.
Don't keep no record of wrong.
No, but look,
Don't fault me for doing the best I could with the awareness I had. So if a man doesn't understand that, because you just said a few minutes ago.
yeah.
This heifer ain't gonna take no goddamn accountability. Just like the rest of these heifers. You ain't gonna take no goddamn personal accountability. You Ebony K. Williams, all these other heifers. Cardi B, Tia Mowry, none of you heifers y'all take no accountability. I mean, I can go on and on. Just multiple women. Y'all take no personal accountability. Oh my goodness. None of you women take none of you women none of you Western women in 2023 take accountability. And you're still going to be like that 2024, 2025, and so on.
A man can make that jump. Will he most likely? Probably not.
Right.
But guess what? Who's for me? Who's for me?
Yeah.
Who? God, creator, source, universe, whatever you want to call it.
Brittany, it's over. Brittany Renner, it's over. I'll argue that PJ Washington was probably your last shot. The guy that's 6 years younger than you. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but I gotta keep it a stat. Ain't no dude coming for you now like that. You are alone for life. You are done. Just like Ebony K. Williams, you are done. Just like when you got men who are in prison, they're done. Even when they get out, they're still done. Done. You know, it's a fucked up. None of you women take accountability. Nicki Minaj, none of you heifers take no form of Brittany Renner, Tia Mowry, Ebony K. Williams, the cast of the house bitches of Atlanta, Potomac, Los Angeles. None of you women take accountability. Angela Rye, Amanda Seales. None of you heifers take accountability. Your everyday woman can't take account. I watch your social media like a goddamn religion. You're female now, and don't get me started on these female content creators. You don't take accountability. Cynthia G does not take no form of accountability. She met a guy off of YouTube, a serial baby mama. Now, I don't have a problem with dude. No, we had our disagreements, no, so on and so on about a lot of things, but we do stand by but about that revolutionary life. Cynthia G takes no accountability. Sprinkle. All you have to take no accountability, take no form of personal responsibility, and you wonder why your life is fucked up, despite all these safety and all these handouts and shit. Unfortunately, Rick, I think these simps will try to wipe her up, try to save her. I'm done trying to save these women. I've argued with guys not to risk their lives, not to risk their so-called mental health and their physical health and their so-called freedom to save an ungrateful, toxic broad. You got guys willing to try to unalive another man, more so than, more so a man, and try to defend her honor when she has no honor, and she's the one who probably was in the wrong more than likely. Don't have all the facts, but you're gonna pull out your pistol, pull out your burner, fire that shot, and now you go to prison. You unalive somebody, or you get unalive, and one of you is going to be unalived, or you're both going to be unalived, or both of you going to end up in prison, or one is unalived and the other one is going to prison while she moves on and continues to be her wicked 3 or 4 hoe ass ways.
Who God designed for me, none of that matters. So I don't care about all these people yapping about what I'm not.
Then why are you so emotional right now? Why are you so worked up? Why are you so in your feelings?
Because if I wasn't going to get it, it would be on my heart. If I wasn't going to get it, I would not be experiencing the dark side of this coin.
And you brought that on yourself. I'm loving this.
And that's why the world will bear witness to true love.
You don't believe in true love. You believe in getting the goddamn bag and status and shit. You're about vanity. You're about her vanity.
Well, because I was, and they will have to see this woman. This is my whole mission statement.
Okay.
I'm going to tell the truth and still get that.
This heifer crazy.
I do my way.
She a loser.
And honestly, it is how I didn't know what I was going to do when I came with him.
Are you okay with the way it's played out thus far?
I'm at peace with it. There's nothing I can do.
Oh, there's a lot you could have done differently. Stop saying that there's nothing you could have done differently. Stop.
This is the way I present to it. Final question, Dave. Final question. I accept my fate. I accept my destiny. If that means that it takes me 10 years for my Mr. Wonderful concept, I'm patient.
You're not gonna get your Mr. Wonderful. You're done. You already had your Mr. Wonderful. You're 30-something years old. You're 30. What about she's 31 years old. Your Mr. Wonderful's gone, ma'am. And even if you did not meet your Mr. Wonderful yet, you already had PJ Washington and other dudes. You mean to tell me out of that body count that you could not get that Mr. Wonderful? Come on now, Brittany. Come on. Well, Calvin, now if it was a guy, it was a man saying that real talk, I'll keep the same energy. I'm not like y'all. I'm not doing a one-sided shit, even though the world is off balance and it's full of double goddamn standards. Even if you have Mr. Wonderful ain't gonna deal with you at this point, Brittany. You need to let it go. I'm not being negative. I'm being a realist. You got an obstacle that you gotta fight, that you gotta overcome. And you can't now. You see, this is a life-altering decision. Now, because you made fucked up choices, now you got to pay for it, and now you got to do things differently that you probably did not have no interest in doing, or probably didn't want to do. I had to learn that growing up. Even though my family put me in a fucked up situation, I had no choice. But her, she has no. Now, my thing is, she was an adult. She had a choice. What's her excuse not to do what she's supposed to? what is her excuse that she ain't making the proper adjustments so she can have better? No, these bitches don't want to set these. This is her. I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. Let me have any man that comes in your life. I don't care if he works at Jersey Mike's. I don't care if he works at McDonald's. I don't care if he's the janitor. I don't care if he's an Uber driver. I don't care if he works at DoorDash. I don't care if he works at, is he's a waiter. I don't care if he works in construction. I don't give a damn if he's a content creator making money off of you, off of social media, you like specifically Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. I don't give a damn if he's making six figures or he's a businessman or an entrepreneur or he works in the office or he works as a banker or whatever the fuck, or he's in the military. I don't give a fuck, celebrity or not. Brittany, all those men that I just mentioned and more of those men are going to settle for your sorry ain't shit ass. Bars.
Would check think about the way to transpire.
For what? Because here's the thing about regret. If I regret things that happen, that means I have to erase the awareness that I gained. And I would not trade this awareness. I would not trade going back to when I was 20, 18 years old. I would not trade.
That's a fact, Rick. That's a fact. Now, anybody who wants to join in on the stream, or you wanna just join in on the chat, I will drop the link. I already dropped the link, but I'll drop the link again. Just type a one in the chat if you want to join the conversation.
A clean slate for the wisdom that I have. A well,
You ain't got no wisdom, bitch.
that's why when I speak, people are captivated. Why I've been called to step into different platforms. Who's the last couple guys who come out here?
That's because they want to boost their numbers. They're trying to grow their own platforms, Brittany. Don't you understand that you're being pimped? Don't you know you are a minstrel too? You're a minstrel tool.
Today, Wade, that was the Brown. Who else we had?
I'm about to. I got it.
I don't see myself as that happy. I'm not gonna say never, never say never, because I don't want to love my life to be an actor. Gotta keep these words, but I just don't see it. I don't see a man having the courage to not only take a risk with me, because that's what love is. Well, in love, it's a 50-50 risk. It's everything across the board. But I think that I am very grateful. I also have not met a man that number one see my value, and if they see it,
You ain't got no value. You ain't got no value. You ain't got no value. I'm gonna move on. I'm just you see how delusional these heifers are, and we're gonna go back to. I think I might. I'm going to talk about Tia Mowry in an article, but I think I'm going to go back to Ebony K. Williams and just do my roast. I got to continue my roast for her stupidity.
hi guys.
Give me a second. I'm trying to find this video.
Hi, Jessica.
We're going to talk about. We're going to in the next stream. We're going to talk about women on women violence, especially BW on BW violence. That needs to be discussed, and none of those pro-blacks are going to discuss it, especially those obviously those anti-black misandrous heifers. Because it's so crazy. Tyler Perry's getting canceled. Tyler Perry. Anyone who speaks out against this bullshit.
Ebony came with
Oh, no, 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 I didn't want that. Yeah, I found her. I found her. Well, I'm gonna play a couple videos of Ebony K. Williams.
About my current journey to single motherhood by choice. And while it's all very exciting, it's also extremely scary. And one of the scariest parts for me is the very issue discussed on today's show, Black women and maternal mortality. Now, I first reported on and interviewed Charles Johnson over 3 years ago. And ever since then, I've frankly been haunted by the tragedy that this man and his family endured when America's healthcare system failed and ultimately cost him the life of his wife and his 2 boys. Well, Kira and all of the Black women who have died or suffered harm during or right after childbirth are completely representative of me, a Black woman in America, daring to try to bring life into this world. And all the while, we know
You don't bring life. No, men bring the life. See, this is the miseducation. Y'all don't bring life. Y'all deliver. Actually, men are bring life, and they're the portal life when they get with you. The only time you just deliver the life, you the growers of life. A woman don't care. There's no life in that womb. I know y'all heifers are delusional, and you sims will just agree with her because you don't want to make her mad. I can't have no one be mad at me. I'm so weak as a man. I'm such a coward. I need a place to stay. I need pussy. Pussy makes me a man. Me having sex with multiple women makes me a man. Y'all so stupid. Y'all a bunch of dumbass motherfuckers.
like that. And while any mother's death is tragic, it has to be paid special attention to that Black women are dying the most. And it's not even close. We are twice as likely as white women to die during or right after childbirth. Yes,
And men are 5 times likely to die with poor healthcare and not being allowed or not getting no help of the healthcare industry because they don't care about men. Certainly don't care about men. But carry on.
it deeply scares me. So what do I do about it? What do any Black women who aspire to?
Why don't you just find a husband? But I forgot you did. You had 2 Caucasian husbands, 2 cave husbands that didn't want to have nothing to do with you. You ran your mouth. You didn't know to be quiet. You were combative, bad attitude. Nobody could tell you anything. You emasculate them, and they got sick of your shit. And they just, even though it doesn't matter if you ended the relationship or he did. You're toxic and a narcissist.
Well, we put ourselves in best position to becoming another devastating statistic. We educate ourselves on the issue. We stay in clear and constant communication.
And I'm so sick of these women wearing fake eyelashes. It's not sexy. Stop wearing these fake eyelashes. Oh, jeez.
And we strongly consider hiring a midwife or a doula to physically be with us prior to, during, and perhaps even after our childbirth experience.
It is sick. She's sick. She's speaking of perversion, C-sections and maternal, some freezing your eggs. This half is sick. I bet she votes Democratic. I bet she's a Democrat. I bet she's a Democrat.
Because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise.
Why would you want to be a single mother? You see how women do it by choice. So it's not the man. So you the deadbeat heifer. You the deadbeat mama. You're the deadbeat mom. Y'all doing this on purpose. So these women are choosing to be single mothers on purpose. And her to go to a sperm bank, how many of y'all think she's gonna get black sperm? I bet you she's gonna go back to getting that zaddy sperm because that's all she knows. She worships white males. She worships white folk. She's a self-hating coon.
So anybody that's in their feelings
And an anti-black misandrist heifer. A Negro bed wrench.
about that, go ahead and start the process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do.
Why would you forego a marriage? These women act like they got so much to lose in a marriage. When 80% of y'all heifers file for divorce and take the man to the cleaners. So all these days keep saying men are broke. Then why are you taking a man to the cleaners if he's broke? Why are you taking his resources?
serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which Black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as
This bitch is stupid.
we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of Black sperm. Because most Black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us, and that look like our families.
No, you don't. Because if that's the case, then why do y'all bitch about colorism? And y'all the biggest colorist.
That means we want Black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings. Sometimes that means compromising on this aspect.
Y'all want dudes that y'all don't qualify for. You are delusional. You have unrealistic expectations.
Of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of Black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single Black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later.
I'm not surprised, H. I'm not surprised.
Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new Black-owned cryobank, and it's designed.
And there's the fact that this woman's sick in the head. I can't listen to this. I can't listen to her anymore, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I want to touch on her Ion Van Chess because to me, I gotta cover that, and then we're gonna talk about Tia. And I know this is a. Hold on.
Ebony is 39 years old. Or
Now she's 40 years old.
read that again, fellas. She's 39 years old. Keep that in your mind before you hear this video. Ebony is a lawyer. Ebony has worked in the media as well, worked on Fox News back in 2017.
So let me tell you, let me stop. I'm glad because I didn't expect to play. I didn't even expect to play this video, but I'm glad I came across Philip Scott. Shout out to Philip Scott, the Eli Show. So she leans. So this liberal heifer actually loves. I don't know what it is with those type of melanated Negro bedroom bitches. I'm gonna call her for what the fuck she is. So why she want to be on? Is she so pro-black, right? Why would you want to be? Why would you want to join Fox News? Fox News. Why would you want to be a part of these right-wing, outright racist white males? Why would you want to be with that type of crowd? That type of crowd that's blatantly outright racist, right-wing Caucasians, some caves. Why would you want to be with them type of caves? Now, the liberal caves are way more racist than those so-called conservatives that lean to the right. And I'll tell you why. Because to me, those liberals, like since y'all like Biden, they are very slick with their racism. They like to use systems to fuck you over and jam you up. See, over there, even though they support that type of oppression with the left, I'm talking about the right wing conservatives, cave supremacists. Here's the thing: those who lean to the right, they're very honest and blunt about that they're anti-black and proud to be. So I don't have no sympathy for black folk who actually want to entertain outright racist white folk, outright racist cave, and want to worship them.
Kind of right after Bill O'Reilly was, terminated from Fox News. Ebony has, been hooked up with Zaddy, okay, many times. Ebony, yeah, she dealt with some brothers too, but at the end of the day, she had Zaddy. Go to the women, they have Zaddy. They can't really get Zaddy to marry them too often. Notice that? But Iyanla, and shout out to her, had a conversation with Ebony. Ebony has no children. Well, let's make sure I say that too. And she had a conversation with her about men. And I want you to hear, and I want you to pay attention to this woman's body language, her facial expression, while Iyanla's talking to her. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date?
If he owns the bus, if he owns it.
What's so sad about this heifer, Ebony K. Williams? Do you know her mama was a bus driver? And she probably has men in her family that worked as blue-collar workers. And how disrespectful, how dare you disrespect your mama and your daddy? I don't care. I don't know if I think daddy was present. But daddy, I ain't gonna get into that, but daddy probably was too soft or daddy was too dysfunctional. But daddy didn't really try to instill no values in her. Of how, daddy ain't shit, but your mama ain't shit. However, the lack of respect that you have for black men, but you worship white Zaddy, cave Zaddy, it just speaks volumes about you, Ebony.
If he owns the bus, yes.
That's a problem. That's a problem. Because
look her face. Y'all, look her face. Fellas, really stare close at her face. Now, there are men over the years that have felt this woman, they felt her being attractive. Fellas, when you hear something like that, it don't matter if you view her as attractive. At that moment right there, she became ugly. Not only did she became ugly, as we used to say back in the day, she became oogly. Now, oogly was the next step to ugly. You weren't ugly, you were oogly. She became oogly at that moment, okay? Even if a man, this is what men hear, Ebony. When a man hears you say, I'm not going to date the guy that drives the bus, but I date the guy that owns the company. Every man hears gold digger. Even the men that you want, they hear that from you, and you disqualified yourself by your mouth. There's so many women that disqualify themselves by their mouth. But oh, it gets even better. Let's see.
The standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about them laying on the sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measurement.
But Ayana, who can't fix my life, she don't care. They all think men. They don't respect men as it don't matter if the man. She knows she ain't talking about the man that's a bum, but she still sees men as all bums unless they're probably white.
Is off of who we are as women and who they are in the society.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes. See. The deal is these women need to listen to sisters like this. Understand? This is a learned sister. She know what she's talking about.
No, they didn't listen to Sherazade Ali. Ayana was very against Sherazade Ali, and Ayana defended the fuckery of Oprah. She created females like Ebony. She contributed to the problem. Joining with Oprah and them. Now, all of a sudden, these women are old and they're grannies and senior citizens. Now, all of a sudden, they want to change her tune. This is the problem with the Black community. This is the problem why you have so little respect against y'all brought this fuckery aside from white supremacy, obviously. But y'all the ones, y'all dysfunctional, fucked up ways, y'all promote all this anti-liberalism and capitalism, and now it's our fault that but y'all gave us the wrong information. Y'all didn't teach us about pride. Y'all taught about the anti-Black cowardice. And this is why we're dealing with the situation. Yes, I understand at this point, y'all, those who are Gen X and millennials, especially those who are early 80s babies, we understand that we got to take accountability because now we're middle aged. Now we're on our way to becoming elders, in like 10, 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to take personal responsibility. We can't just blame them. Yeah, but y'all get in line this way. You're doing this work. But the thing is, I am just, you are part of the problem. Now all of a sudden you want to reinvent yourself because you just got this wake up call. And this is the problem for our elders. This is why it's so hard for us to love y'all and respect y'all because y'all always understand. I'm not saying in other communities that their elders are perfect. They don't do no wrong. I know that's bullshit. But in our community, we got a crowd and bro mentality, and a lot of this anti-Black shit came from them. We can talk about slavery, we can talk about Jim Crow, but a lot of this shit came from them because they were prideless cowards. So when y'all were talking about that Alabama brawl in Montgomery, Alabama, that Alabama riverfront, and you saw the Black folks defend themselves against some caged premises. Understand, and y'all were saying we're not our ancestors. You're not. Y'all a bunch of you are the boomers. You are the cowardly coon ass boomers, and the cowards of the sister cowards, coons of the silent generation. They taught you this coon shit, this cave worshiping, ghetto gagging host shit. They told you these squirrels and eagle beverages, and it's okay to sleep with a white person. White is right. They taught that bullshit. And now this is what we're paying for. But
and I support what she's saying. Let's continue.
I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus driver.
You heard what she said? Those 4 things she talked about. If he loved his job. If a man loves his job, he gonna be gainfully employed. Being gainfully employed, always having a check coming in, is a good thing. If he treated her right. It's more to a man about how much money he making. Let's call it what it is. Men
Hold on.
Options. All right. It's more to a man about than how much money he's making. Let's call it what it is. Men who make money got options. They don't have to put up with Ebony's attitude. Matter of fact, Ebony don't even qualify for those men. Except to, that's it. She don't even qualify. Because men that own the bus company not trying to go get 39-year-old Ebony. What if he want a family? What kid she gonna have? Maybe he can get one out of them. But what he gonna really get out of Ebony? Well, he gonna get a 29-year-old or a 25-year-old. What is he gonna get from Ebony at 39 years old? So she don't even qualify for what she's talking about. And the reason why what she said was so offensive to a lot of men is because the majority of men are blue collar workers. They're not white collar workers. I came up in blue collar work myself. I work with my hands, my feet, my brain for 22 years in the petrochemical industry. The men that's working in that field right now is the men that work in that field stop loading rail cars, stop loading tanker trucks, stop loading barges and ships, stop gauging tanks, stop sampling your tank, gas tank, right? If they just go on strike all over America, Ebony, you wouldn't have a drop of gas to put in your vehicle. The men that's driving the trucks to the local gasoline station, you wouldn't have any of that. What?
See, you see how dumb these heifers are? I've already said this. You see how dumb these heifers are? It don't make no sense for these women to be misanders, to hate men for no reason over a disappointing relationship that they didn't qualify for, they themselves didn't qualify, or they knew he was no good, or they fucked it up by listening to their whole ass ain't shit girlfriends and the women in their families who are nothing but man-hating feminists.
White collar workers don't make the world run. It is the blue collar worker. The only reason you can sit in a job right now at the Brio is because a man by the name of Byron Allen built it. You didn't build anything on your own. You built nothing. You're always looking for a job instead of being a builder. Men build. People like you can look for a job and come up. Bless me.
But do you think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of us building together? I can build with bus driver. I have my little stash over on the side in my prenup, but I can build with a bus driver. So I think some.
Now, she said that about a prenup because she has money. You know what I'm saying? So we have certain amounts of money, and you know divorce law, because listen, let's say a woman got money. Give a dude that's broke. She don't have a prenup. He divorced her. He can get half. That has happened. So that's why she discussed it.
Of the criteria that we look for in the reality of today keeps us unhappy, keeps us angry, keeps us imbalanced. And then when the men show up, we want to beat them up because they're not living up to our standards and criteria. And it's not working, beloved. It's just not working. So it's not that it's.
And she's 100% right. It's not working. It's not. All this, we gonna level up. Do you know leveling up for them is consistent of getting your money, men? Do you know that? He gotta have 6 figures. So that's a come up for you getting with a man with money.
And let me say this before I continue. Anytime a woman talking about prenup, if I gotta get a prenup, then I'm not doing no marriage. I'm not doing no prenup. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna go marry without a prenup. But if I have to, because I told you how I feel about marriage out here, that I think, hell no. If I gotta get a prenup or a woman all talk to me, I need to sign a prenup, I ain't fucking with her like that. That tells me that you are negative and you don't have no faith in yourself and you're not gonna put in the work, you're not gonna be at your best. Because when it comes to marriage and family, and like you see, we gotta be on our best. I don't understand these heifers. They will give their all to a white man, a white owned, Asian owned company, a non-black owned company. But when it comes to a black man, oh, y'all don't feel you have to do anything. That is so disrespectful as fuck. Y'all don't understand. If y'all talk about prenups and trying to shame me to get a prenup, I believe we shouldn't be there because you're on bullshit. That means you believe the relationship is doomed for failure. Why go through the marriage?
Make that make sense. That level it up for you. It's a golden. And you don't deserve a man with money at all. And the men that have money, they don't read to you in 2 seconds. A woman that will deal with you is the type of woman that you get with. And see, that's what a lot of women don't understand. There's women like Ebony here. But Ebony be the same one upset. Wanted to be with her and she just missed him. Then his brother go overseas and he get a wife overseas. Or if he get a wife here in America but is not in the black community. And now he's owning a bus company. See, 5 years ago, he was driving a bus. Now he owns a company. He got people driving for him. And you mad and say, every time they get up, they're going to get them a woman of a different community. But tell that story when you were rejecting that black man when he was driving the bus.
Thank you.
When you had your face turning ugly, looking at him up and down. See, y'all don't tell that part of the story. You always want to talk about, oh, look what he get it. And they get famous, they get this, they go get a woman of a different. No. They wanted you. They wanted you. And you rejected him. And what happened? While he was driving that bus, that woman of a different community got with it.
Yep.
And stayed with it. And encouraged him. Maybe helped him along the way. Because now he's no older. You don't know what happened from the time he was driving in there. You don't know what that woman helped him do. That's the part of the story you need to start telling. But you always, but see, the thing is, you want him when he got the bus, but you don't want to build with nobody. That's your problem.
That or wrong is obsolete. It's obsolete. And we have to come up with a new way of being. I don't believe in carrying a man. A man has to do for himself.
Okay, now this is her right here.
Here's the thing about this. When I hear have to talk about I ain't carrying no man, y'all been carrying these dusties, these ancient dudes on purpose. We're supposed to carry each other. And I don't believe I don't believe in carrying bitches like sprinkle. I don't believe in carrying no grown ass heifer. We don't treat people I'm carrying are children. And you train them as a goal. Okay? I will carry my children. I don't care if they are well old enough and well established in their life. I'm still gonna be that parent. You know what I'm saying? Even when they need help or they need shit get rough, they can come back. Okay? That's how I am. I'm not with this, oh, when you turn a certain age, you gotta get the fuck out. And then you wonder why we got people who've been kicked to the curb. You wonder why they're out in the street somewhere struggling. Well, just because you went through that doesn't mean that you got to repeat that bad cycle. You know how many of these people all of a sudden they come on hard times and they move back? If I would have built them up and they leave later and have their own family and stuff, built them up and not just kick them to the curb because they turn a certain age, that's just stupid. You want to know why our community got so many fucking problems, but yet we want to blame white supremacy. A lot of our problems come from us being anti-black to each other. We're going to have that conversation of black people being fucking coons. Black people don't want to touch on this. When you start calling black people on their coon shit, on this social, their degeneracy, all of a sudden they get mad at you, and you're the one who's actually fighting for them. Especially when you call out black women and their bullshit. When you can start calling out black women, oh my God, they lose their shit. You're not supposed to call black women can't do no wrong, and you wonder why y'all the most undesirable single ass bitter ass bitches. Like you wonder why you got women like Ebony can't live single at 40, don't have no family, have failed marriages. She dealt with white males, and they didn't want to deal with her. Even if she left, the fact of the matter is that's not a good look. The last white dude she messed with dumped her during the pandemic. No man wants to deal with her. Even if she talked about, she called it. Let me tell you ladies this. Okay, just because you the one who initiated the breakup, that does not mean you won. A lot of times dudes will actually argue with you so you can leave. Because there are men who don't want to tell you that the relationship is over, that we're sick of you, because y'all don't want to listen. So what some men will do is pick an argument or say something that will trigger you, or they'll say something that's on their mind, and then instead of just being just blunt about I'm sick of you, or this, so they'll start picking out what you said, bringing it up, and then you start arguing, and then you start hitting certain points home, and then all of a sudden they know there's some trigger words, or when you start pointing out the flaws in your character because you don't want to address it. So we're going to just point out the flaws in your character, and then you break them and leave. But actually, that's what we want to do. We wanted to break up with you because we were sick of your bullshit, or we wanted to just stop talking to you because you got so sick of y'all bullshit. Okay? This is why our community is this and that. Too much anti-black is the fact that she's a failure in relationship. She should not be talking. I'm not saying she can't pass on knowledge of so she can prevent them making the same fall into the same traps. I'm not saying that, but she's not qualified to give advice, so she ain't taking no accountability herself and change and turn it into the league.
I want you to hear her response. Because everybody went in on her behind. And I want y'all to know this, fellas. I want y'all to know this. The hair. You know what? I would say this. And I've heard men say this, so I'm going to say the brothers. If you see hair like that, don't trust that woman. Because she don't like herself. She don't like herself at all. Now, she's supposed to be on a so-called black network, but she can't wear her natural hair. Okay.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of the bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of black men when I said.
You're lying. You're lying. No, you're not. She asked you a simple question. Would you date a bus driver? You said, unless he owns a company. That has nothing to do with the ascension of black men. That has something to do with you, man. You mentioned nothing about, yeah, I get with it, but I try to help him get to the point that maybe he can own the company because I got certain skills as an attorney. I know this and that and the third. You didn't say any of that. So no, stop lying, ma'am.
But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and black women in general. And
No. Well, yeah, some people talk about black women in general because some of them think like you.
Yeah.
Ebony. And remember, fellas, she's 39 with no kids. And she just says, well, she should be a little bit more humble. She should be just a little bit more. But she should be more friendly at her age.
But she's adamant because you got to call out Derek Jackson, the males like Derek Jackson, Steve Harvey of the world. They are responsible. Yeah, she needs to take personal accountability. Don't get it wrong. But males like Steve Harvey, the Panda Bears, Derek Jackson, Then you got these dumbass feminists who keep each other single, enabling female degeneracy when it comes to relationships and just life in general. That's what the problem is. There's too many panderers, too many black and there's too much coddling when it comes to these modern ethics, these modern black ethics. There's too much coddling, no accountability. There's no humbleness. The men in the family they can't say something, but they're too afraid because they know they can lose their family if they stand up for themselves. Because they're protected by these institutions. So that's why. Anti-black is saying the institutions.
She should be more easy to get along with at her age. But yet she's got attitude. Okay.
Undesirable gold diggers, and much worse.
Yeah, because a gold digger is undesirable, Ebony. No man wants that. No man wants to be used for his.
Save on Halloween at Michael's. 4 deals on wicked decor.
And women don't want to be used for anything. Women don't like it when a man get with them, sleep with them, and then don't call them again. They feel bad when that happens to them. But it's the same thing with men. We don't want you to get with us, take our money, and then don't talk to us no more. Or just with us to use up to take our money and something happens to us, maybe we get sick, or whatever the case may be. We human beings, that happens, right? And you go because you was only there for our money. So yes, Ebony, don't get upset. That was a gold digger response that you gave.
Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards.
What?
And coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best.
So now she insults people who made C's and D's.
And let me stop right here. You getting A's and you being an honor student that has nothing to do. Do you know how many honor students I've met in my lifetime that are sleeping in the New York Park bench? They're sleeping in Durham. They out of this downtown Durham, ratchet ass Durham, North Carolina, out in Raleigh, sleeping on the park bench, sleeping in the shelter. She's from Charlotte, so she knows that the homeless population is fucked up out there in North Carolina, and they're across the country. Do you know how many people are A's and B's and honor students, well intelligent, and now they're out in the street for whatever reason? Let's go there. Since some of you heifers believe that you're the most educated, explain to me why our black women are the most evicted. If y'all got A's, so you getting A's, A's, A pluses, some B's. A lot of the people who are C's and D's are billionaires. They own businesses and shit. You are so fucking delusional. And I gotta catch myself because I'm not gonna say it, but I hope it's a slow, painful passing that you deal with when you I hope it is a slow, painful of you passing away. Let me just say that.
And insulting your parents and saying, hey, as long as you're doing your best. What is wrong with that? Some people are not built for the American school system. The American school system is horrible. There are people in our community that didn't even go past the 4th grade and became millionaires. There are people that didn't have a lot of formal education and did very well for themselves in our own communities. There are people that didn't know how to read. Some people didn't know how to write, but yet they understood I need to do what's right for my family and was a good man up until the time they passed away. But women like Ebony thinking America's education system is a validation when it ain't crap. Because they don't teach you anything. You learn more on the internet than you ever learned in a school.
Facts.
Now tell me I'm lying about that.
Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of black men.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, no, you.
What?
No, you don't. No, you do not. That is a lie.
So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'll say it one more time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove.
Oh, no, Ebony. You're not going to do that. Because when y'all say that you date a bus driver, you said if he owns the bus can drive the company, paraphrase. Now all of a sudden there's nothing wrong with driving the bus. Okay.
Of one for years. But could it be that Black America has been sold the narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy.
Oh God.
Man, my head hurts.
Jesus, look. I talk about racism and white supremacy on my other platform. This conversation had nothing to do with racism and white supremacy. This was a Black community issue that we had. And let's call it what it is. The majority of the world is average. The majority. You wouldn't have high earning people if everybody earns 6 figures, then that will become the norm, right? Then if everybody earns 6 figures, then you have to earn 7, become exceptional. Understand what I'm saying? So you do have norms. And there's nothing wrong with being normal. There's nothing wrong with being average. And average around me, there's someone that's all over the place. Because at least that normal and average person, they're consistent in what they do.
And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning Black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass.
What that got to do with what you said? How you go from gold digging statements to talking about white supremacy and other? No, ma'am, you're not going to do that. I just can't let you do that. You're wrong, Ebony. You're completely wrong. Just accept it. You had a gold digging statement, a stank attitude in the process, and you got called out. White folks had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. So I'm not going to be the dead horse because, shout out to Phil Scott. I was going to play part of the DJ, the prior of her interview with, the Breakfast Club, but I'm going to just give my commentary on that because I already thank you, Phil Scott, that I didn't expect to come across this. All she did on the first interview was just argue with DJ Envy and just be combative, have a nasty attitude, just be out of pocket as hell. And you wonder why a lot of you sisters are unprotected. A lot of you will remain unprotected because you don't want to believe in the covering. You don't respect man's leadership. I'm not talking about your fetish for bum ass males of so-called Pookie, Rary, and Tyrone. We ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the guys that you find boring, the guys who are stable, the guys who try to live right, the guys who are righteous men, but you don't want to be a righteous woman. That's why you move as Satan. Satan, you're very satanic. Look how y'all believe in abortions. Look how y'all got in your feelings when they overturned Roe versus Wade. You want to kill off you talk about, I give birth. I'm so important. I give birth, but you want to murder your unborn child out of your womb, especially if it was a boy, unborn baby boy. That is sick. Y'all support the alphabet community. Do you know how many women support the alphabet community in Western society? But yet you want traditionalism. There's nothing traditional about none of these women. I'm not saying, look, the men, y'all know I call out the men as well. I'm balanced and fair, but it's like it's not set up to be balanced and fair. So I gotta pick and choose how I go at this. But I'll say this though. Let me touch on other current events because I'm about to finish this. I don't know. Maybe find out what's going on with TMI. No, this is. If I can find it on here, if I can play it. Because you women are very delusional. Black women are very delusional. I'm sorry. And this is coming from a place of love. Not personal attacks. Don't come at me. Oh, you're just saying that because you're hurt. Stop. Stop. I'm calling you on your bullshit. That's what it is. And y'all hate that. Tia Mowry out here shaking her ass in front of her son and stuff like this. This is weirdo behavior. This is weirdo behavior. This is weirdo behavior. This is weird. Yeah.
All new live. Best dressed guest with suits. Oh, what do you do for work? How many students do you have?
See Mowry taking a sarcastic approach as she prepares to enter the dating scene for the first time in over a decade.
I can't keep that all to myself.
It's been nearly a year since the actress announced her split from now ex-husband Corey Hardrick. And now Tia's on TikTok lip-syncing to a sound that pokes fun at awkward first dates.
I'm loving it.
Like those.
Stop lying. You ain't loving. You hate it. You thought the grass was greener on the other side. You listen to a bunch of single felon ass city bitches heifers. You hate the fact that you regret it. See, I wish women, black women, y'all have an ego problem. FBA BWs have an ego problem. They can never take any form of accountability. But when they want to pull the gender card and the race card all of a sudden when you call them out on their bullshit. Not understanding there's actually real forms of oppression that affect them, but they don't want to discuss that. They're not interested in that. We'll just blame it on the black man. See, this is the problem here.
Run of the mill, getting to know you type questions.
So, what do you do for work? Do you like it? Do you like it?
And for her, and I'm sick and tired of you bitches who don't have a man, but you want to run your mouth on the media and social media, talk about what women should do and how she should conduct herself, but you never have a man. But you're always getting your cheeks clapped every now and then. Every other Thursday night, Friday night, or sometimes Saturday night, you just call that dude that just wants you for sex. He uses you for recreational use. He casually dates you, but has no intention of going further. Let me tell you, you have is this. Y'all the ones who contribute to the problem. Instead of putting these women on game or just staying in your lane and just being quiet, you'd rather have her end up just like you. And then because she happens to make somewhat more money than her husband, that you're gonna call him a bum. Last time I checked, he makes more than 6 figures. He's a millionaire himself. Why does he gotta make 50 times more than she does when y'all don't even respect men like that? Y'all just want to take them for resources. Y'all put money over everything. Capitalism has destroyed our relationships. You women think because y'all think the grass is greener on the other side because y'all just have been having it too easy. You get the wrong information. You listen to Derek Jackson, the bitch ass niggas like R.C. Blake, see Steve Harvey's of the world. And a lot of times that advice that they tell y'all, they're not even applying it into their personal lives. They don't even let women act like that. Steve Harvey is for sure has done his wife dirty and don't even take care of his children, but he's gonna pass judgment. I don't know what to say, y'all, man.
Well, at least Tia, who's a household name, along with her twin Tamara and brother Taj, will have a fun answer for this next question.
How many siblings do you have? You
In the caption, Tia admits she's nervous and terrified to jump back into the dating scene, adding, even though I'm in my 40s, I feel so inexperienced.
Yeah, I guess she thought the grass is green on the other side.
Tia's first date rehearsal on the Clock app comes 3 months after she and Corey finalized their divorce. The two met in the early 2000s and tied the knot in 2008. But fast forward to October 2022, Tia and Corey announced they were going their separate ways.
She chose to divorce him. That man, I don't know. I don't know the intimate details of the relationship, but she did him dirty. He was probably not exciting and all that stuff. She got tired of him. She wanted to experience a different body. She wanted to get slutted out and think that a man is going to take her and her 2 kids. and that's the thing. She thinks she's going to upgrade. And a lot of times you women don't. Your upgrade is actually what you actually have right next to you, but you threw it away.
Am really, I have to be honest with you, so overwhelmed by all of the support and the love that I have received. And I'm just so grateful of the community and just the fans that I have and the women. You know, I feel so blessed.
In legal docs obtained by ET at the time, Tia cited irreconcilable differences as the reason behind their split, where
The entitlement of you bitches is so unreal. And I'm so sick and tired of the family court allowing this bullshit to happen.
I come from and how my parents raised us. It's about your integrity and it's about your character and it's about who you are as a person.
the parents share 2 children, 12-year-old son Cree and 5-year-old daughter Cairo. Mom and dad immediately put on a united front for their kids, coming together over the holidays as a family.
I'm a true believer in just creating memories. You know what I mean? Memories with family. It means everything.
Yep, including memories made on the red carpet. Tia and Tamara reuniting with their roles at the Little Mermaid premiere in May. But Tia's cool mom points didn't stop there. Cree stepped out with his mom later that month at the premiere of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
What are you most looking forward to about tonight? I personally just been in talks.
He's sick. He's just her son is sick of her. And I'm gonna just say like this: the thirst trapper, she's trying to wild out and all that stuff. She's trying to relive her 20s, man. This woman don't understand that this. I wish you women who actually went down that dog path would just tell these women the truth. And stop being so damn scared. Ben, you want her to go for the same pain or something like you did? Why? And her children suffer because of our selfishness? Why? That's wrong. And that's the problem, people. You got these women, same with Aisha Curry, even though she's still with Stephen Curry, that want to put their business out there, want to be out of pocket in public with their husband, for the men on camera. It's really sad out here. It's really sad out here, people. I mean, you got so many of these women like Ebony Williams, it's not even funny. And I don't think it can be fixed. I mean, it's going to take an economic collapse or the money over everything to where they can actually get the message, unfortunately. But anyway, I know it's a long stream. Thank y'all for coming through and watching me. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.